Good morning, y'all. What's everybody up to today? What y'all up to? Good morning, good morning, good morning, my beautiful people. Been a crazy morning already. Happy Friday. TGIF for real. Been jamming out to some different music today because I'm tired of dancing with the ducks or feeding the ducks or whatever the hell shit they got going on in here with their music here. So I figured we better catch us something else. We're gonna play us something different today. And I thought about, coming in like a wrecking ball with a different song, but I was like, nah, it's a Friday morning. We better just keep it cool, keep it cool. So I'm gonna throw the intro on. We'll get this party started. I'm just chit chatting. It's an open panel. Anybody's welcome. We're talking about whatever. There's been a whole lot going on, and I know I'm about to miss a lot because I'm gonna be gone most of this week. But that's okay, y'all. We're gonna catch up today and hang out and chat for a little bit.
I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Good morning. I know I love the intro. That girl made it for me and I just love it. Oh, is it the first time you've heard it? Yeah, girl. She made it for me and I try to play it most of every time I go live. I try to, play it and show some love here. She made it for me. I'm like, I love that. You did such a good job. Because, I mean, let's keep it real. The only reason I even have this channel is to chat with you guys. I mean, otherwise, I don't feel like I'm a YouTube creator. I don't really create videos and stuff like that. Shit, I barely know how to make them. So, I really only made this channel to talk shit with you guys, really. So, I kind of feel like it's everybody's channel. So anyways, y'all remember the DJ that popped in here and was singing, he came in and was singing a song with us or, to us or whatever. DJ A Woo, I think it was. So anyways, I popped in his chat and said, hey, good morning. He was in there jamming out. I'm like, just stopping in to show some love. Popped in, said, hey, pop back out. I'm hoping y'all go over there and show him some love at some point in time. He did pretty good. He was pretty bold to come up here with all of us ladies. So I know there's been some crazy stuff going on. Anybody been keeping up with the Dylan Rounds case? I was going to go live about it last night, but there are so many people live already and I was trying to watch the PI, and then Kate's Crime Time went live. I'm like, oh shit! So I just shut mine down, shut it off. I'm like, abort mission, abort mission. So I figured I'd just come in here and chat with y'all in the morning for a few. And I just dropped that link after I just pinned it. So I'm pretty sure it's pinned. I think I got it. Let me go double check. Oh yeah, it's pinned up there too. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it was, I mean, because like I said, I didn't know if it was. Hey girl, what you doing,
Hey.
girl?
Oh,
Good morning, beautiful.
good morning. So I just found the.
You just went out. You just found the what?
Oh, okay, sorry. My husband just called me. Sorry, I just hung up on him. I'll be right back. I'll be right
Yeah, I
back.
was gonna say just mute and go call him, girl. Handle your business. It's all
All right.
good. I'll be here when you get back.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Yes, take care of your home life stuff first, your family life, all that. Do that for sure. You watched more of the PI, Doug and the PI. Oh my God, aren't they something else? So, anyways, I commented last night. I know you all seen it. If anybody was watching, I commented and said, "Did you give the family their money back? Means you only worked for them for a week before you were fired." And oh, he was pissed. Of course, I was blocked on site. Sorry, I had to. My neighbor's pulling the trash can down the road, or not down the road, down their driveway, but it's like a damn road. Shit's right next to us. So, anyways, my dogs are about to be barking, so that's why I muted, because I didn't think y'all wanted to listen to it. Oh, did you, Tiny Tumbleweed? Of course, like I said, I was blocked on site. They blocked me immediately, which I don't even know why, because I don't even go in his fucking chat, nor do I start shit in there. Of course, there was some, little roach in there, fucking Queen Bee's just stirring up drama because I asked a fucking question. Okay, so if the family has told you they no longer want to work with you, and you only worked for them for what, a week or two, couldn't have been longer than a week or two. They said they didn't want to work with them. Why would you not give them their money back? Obviously, I mean, that's his choice. They've already set up something. You know what I mean? He said he does a one-time fee or whatever. I don't know, because I don't know how he runs his PI business, or whatever the hell he calls that. I don't know how he runs his business. So I wasn't sure if there was any stipulations on, if there's a 30-day policy, or if, 2-week policy or whatever. I wasn't sure how that worked out. So
I'm back.
what's up, chick?
I swear to God, all men are 12-year-old boys in grown-ups' bodies. Like they can't,
Right?
can't function. Like real life stuff, like work and stuff, they're fine at. But when they have to go to the doctor or lab work,
Oh, it's terrible. Good morning,
oh,
Kyle. I haven't seen you in here for a long time, girl. Yes, men are such babies sometimes. It's terrible.
hey, Fleur. Oh my gosh. He's like, "Are you sure I'm at the right place? Can you check?" There's no one here. I was like, "Yeah, because they open at 7:30, but trust me, you're gonna start to see people pull up." I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. All right, buddy. Like, you'll be all right. Just get out
Right.
of the
That's like
truck.
your kid. That's like when you're, like when you have an older child and they're like, can you call, like, okay, call the doctor. Well, I can't. Can you call him? I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yes.
Seriously?
No. I know. I know. Oh.
I have a brother that still does that sometimes. Like,
Oh God. It's great. So what's been going on?
you know what? Not a whole lot. There's been a whole lot going on in these YouTube streets. I'm trying to get caught up before I'm going to be gone for a few days with this surgery. I'm going to be dealing with that, so I won't be able to be on here very much. But
Right.
so I was trying to get caught up. But last night, okay, so this case, that Dylan Rounds case, so he's
Yes.
missing.
Mhm.
So I do have to say though, okay, so there's a PI, and okay, so there's mom and dad, and then dad's okay, they're split up. They've been divorced. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
mom and her husband are on, the news and some channels and stuff. And then there's dad and his wife, and you know what I mean? Like they've split, and they have other, you know what I mean? They have their families.
Right.
So
Right.
dad's side of the family called the PI and actually hired the PI. Mom's side of the family refuses to work with him. And I guess dad's side said they didn't want to work with him either. So I asked a question last night when he was in chat. He was in this guy's, Doug, no thanks, Doug. He was on his panel, which they've actually now made a channel together. And I've
Okay.
noticed that when he did his live yesterday with Laura, he kept disrespecting her, calling her Lauren,
Oh, yeah.
and just being very rude. And she was taking it nicely. Like she was, you know what I mean, trying to be nice about it. And she's like, look, if you call me Lauren one more time. Anyways, I didn't really get to watch too much of it because I mean he was bouncing around. I had stuff to do. But anyways, he when I came back up there to watch, he was still sitting up there, and I came back to watch it, and he started talking to her or something, and I guess he was like feeding her full of a line of shit. He said he was gonna have a bunch of people coming on there, and nobody came on there.
Oh.
Yeah, he's been saying a whole lot. I do gotta say this. He has made a lot of people take interest in this case, whereas a lot of other cases, don't even get looked at.
Right.
He's brought a lot of attention, even negative attention, to where now people are interested because
Yeah.
he's basically sitting here saying that, and I feel like it's disrespectful because this mother's looking for her son, and you were hired in to help, not cause harm. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
he's causing a lot of harm. He said that this young boy is 19 years old. He was a hard worker. He was a hardworking kid. You could tell he was a very hardworking kid. So this PI comes out and he's like, yeah, he was dating them. He was cross-dressed and he was in drag. He's gay. He's this, he's that. And just,
Oh.
yes. And talking about he's in a militia, and he runs with these people who are on drugs, and he was possibly on drugs, and this, that, and the, I mean, he's like saying a lot of disrespectful shit. And I feel like he's totally disrespecting the family by even doing this. You know what I
Now
mean?
this is the PI.
Yeah. And yeah, they fired him, and he's like, they didn't fire me. They just chose not to work with me. Like he's very, very just over the top.
Yeah. Like I'm reading some of the comments.
If
Like
anybody
from
knows
the
what we're talking about, they know exactly what I'm talking about, girl. It's bad. Like he got on now, like I said, him and Doug. So for the first couple times he was on YouTube, he was just talking about the case and things about it. And then now recently I've noticed in the last 2 days, Laura was really promoting him real heavy on, he doesn't get paid, he needs to get paid for these interviews, or not paid for these interviews. He needs to get, he should be getting money for his work and the amount of time he's putting into this. She's dropping his PayPal, trying to be nice.
Damn.
Okay, Cinnamon Bear, we don't know if it's the truth or not. That's what I'm saying. It's not facts. So I feel it is definitely disrespectful. I mean, like I said, I welcome other opinions. And if you want to come click the link and come up, you're welcome to do so.
I have to agree. I mean, from the sound of it, I haven't seen this guy yet, but I'd have to agree with Solo, MCFC, because it sounds as if another victim, a child, where did it go? Is now being put on the back burner to make it all about, a YouTube show.
Well, yeah, not only that though, but last night I noticed that not only did Laura start dropping his PayPal tag, Doug started as well. He's like, what's all these numbers under my name here? What's all this? And Doug's like, oh, that's your PayPal. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Oh,
he's
God.
like, he does a lot of work and he puts a lot of time into this and he deserves to get paid for it. And I'm like, oh my God, are you serious right now? So I don't know. I want to be fair. I want to give him the opportunity, but just like the way he comes across and how he's trying to deliver this is terrible. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it's awful to do to his mother. His mother, you know what I'm saying? He's missing and you're trying to tell his mother, and maybe he is. What if he is? But you shouldn't be out here making a mockery of him missing or something happening to him. So who cares if he's gay? No one cares.
Right.
But when you come out and you say he's with a 62-year-old man who owns a bar, who cross-dresses, and does this and he does that, it's just like, yeah, he's been bashing mom. He's like the guy that she was with said he wants his I guess she got like fake boobs and the breast implants and stuff. And he's like, oh, the guy wants him back. He said he wants his money back.
Oh, God.
He's like, the mom's getting sued like by 12 different people and da da da. I mean, he just brings up things that it very well could have something to do with the case, but I don't think it does. I mean, that's mom's business.
Well, first of all, a real PI,
you know what I mean? Like, it should let the cops do their job if that's the case. If they think it's something to do with his mother, which I highly doubt, because she has been boots on the damn ground. Like, she does not mess around. She's been calling the police departments, harassing both of them, and see, it's on a fine line. It's like a ghost town. You know what I mean? There's nothing there.
Right.
They said there's like 75 people there, but out of those 75 people, 50 of those are registered SA offenders. Like, yeah.
Damn. So here's my opinion about the PI guy. Like, any respectable private investigator wouldn't bring it to YouTube to begin with and talk on it. They stay on the down low and they work, they don't bring it here and make a show out of it. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's exactly what this is like. That's
what it sounds like.
A big circus at this point. Like, he keeps adding to it. And then supposedly one of the brothers came on and was talking yesterday. It's just, he's like, I'll offer him $1,200 to come up here right now and speak to me. 30 minutes, $1,200, answer my questions. Like, are you kidding me?
God.
What the hell do you think?
Right.
What do you think this is? Like, I don't know. It's like a big show. And I feel like there's only maybe one lady that called in that's pretty credible from at this point. And she seems like she's, he's trying to pay $500 to dox Sleuth Mom and her mods.
Oh, God.
So, yeah. He wants to know who she is because she released a phone call of him talking to Dylan's mom, and he was being extremely rude. Like, his delivery is awful.
Yeah. Now, so you know me, I'm not a true crime person, but I hear from people like you, and I hear people talking in chat or see people in chats, and somebody recently told me that Positively Parker, I guess, like, was getting to something spooked her about that case. Like,
oh, I'm sure.
I don't know what it was. I don't know the entire situation.
Yeah, there's a lot of registered SA offenders. Remember, I told you there's like, most of the town is made up of of these people with these charges. You know, they said that there's the guy. Okay, so there's a guy who owns the bar, and then his brother. They are saying that he has charges, but I haven't found any or whatever. You know what I mean? But I haven't really like done any deep dives yet per se. Like I just kind of have just kind of sat back and watched and listened, and you know what I mean? Like
Right.
have theories of my own. But they said that this guy, I guess, held 3 women captive and made them do
no.
yeah, favors in return for food and water, and like took their shoes and held them captive out there. It's like in the desert. So it was like, I guess he did some really horrible things. And the nurse, I guess, came forward and was like, I know that this is true because I took care of the girl. She came into the ER afterwards and I took care of her. So
What state is this in?
I'm sorry.
What state is this in?
Well, this is in Lucin, Utah, but they said it's like Montello is where the bar is, and that's like 30 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
So it's like basically just like a whole lot of nothing out there. You know what I mean? Like there's really
Right.
nothing out there.
Right. I'm gonna mute real quick.
Okay. NorCal, do you want to pop up for a little bit and chat about it, or do you want me to move on to something else?
Yes, please, because I'd like to learn more about this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and she knows. I mean, NorCal knows a lot. She knows quite a bit. And actually, you know what? I did have a guy. Okay, hold on. John Davis's True Crime asked me to come up there about 10:30 on his live. I'm not even sure if he still has it scheduled or even wants me to come over there. But I don't know if he's still even doing his live stream, but I was gonna pop over there and talk about it for a minute. And exposure, hold on. Tiny Tumbleweed says exposure to the case is great. It might be cold or unheard of if he didn't bring it to the public. Hey, that's true. That is true. I will say the things that he's done and said have, you know, and I hate to say this, but it sparks people's interest when you talk about things that are like, you know, taboo, or people who you don't hear of it, you don't talk about it. Those are things in society that people don't talk about, or they don't really want to talk about, you know. Like I'm gonna pop up the screen real fast. Boom. I love this little thing. The magician's manner made it for me. I love it.
It's
Are you up
super
here?
cute.
Yep,
Are you
it's
up
me.
here? Okay. Just wanted to make sure, baby.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. So yeah, I was kind of going over this, some details that I know you know a lot more about it. So here's one of the pictures where his truck is at. And I mean, you can see kind of like, you know, how it looks out there. If you wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Like here's one of the pictures.
Whoa.
This is his barn where he was trying to put his seed. Okay, so grandma calls and says, hey, how you doing? How are things going? And he says, it's getting ready to rain. I gotta go. I gotta get the seed into the barn before it gets wet. I gotta go. I love you. Bye. Hangs up the phone, right? Grandma's all okay. Hangs up. Couple days go by and nobody hears from him, right? Is this correct, NorCal? I want to make sure I'm telling it correctly. Couple days go by, nobody hears from him. And normally he talks to him like at least once a day, right? Or once every couple days.
Yeah, he's usually always talking to either the dad, mom, or grandma and grandpa.
Yeah. So okay. Grandpa is he still alive or is he passed?
Grandpa's still alive.
And grandpa gave him a $50,000 loan, and then another, what was it, $30,000 or something for this farm.
No. So Dylan, he's been working. He quit school when he was 16, so he could become a farmer. So he's been working, saving money since he was 16. He and his grandpa went in on this land together. I think grandpa was friends with the person who previously owned the land, and so they bought it. So they're partners on this land. And then the 30,000 that Dylan just got, he got that because he uses his own equipment to help other people on their farm. So he just got done with a
and he
real
got
big
paid. But
job.
Mom said that check was deposited in the bank and the money was in the bank. So
Yes.
that takes over for the money being at his house, and that's why somebody robbed him or something. That doesn't even, the money was already taken care of and was in the bank. So
the only thing I could think of is that he was bragging about that money that he had just made.
right. And people
I mean,
thought,
how would they know if he had deposited it or had it,
right.
in a safe or something like that? So I
Now
think
he
the money
said that
is
kind of money out
motive
there
for
will
sure.
change somebody's life, because they all live in like trailers, and it's really, there's a little, money is really hard to come by. It's like not very, you know what I mean? Like this, it's it's very poor. A lot of poor people live out there. So
Yeah.
that kind of money can change somebody's life. You know what I mean? Like that's incentive to possibly murder someone,
Absolutely. Candy boobs. We're talking about Dylan Rounds, cotton candy.
So when did he go missing?
May 28th was the last phone conversation he had with his grandma.
Okay.
The very next day, no one had seen Dylan, so I think the locals, Don and his buddy JD, got a hold of the mom and told her that they hadn't seen or heard from Dylan, so they went out to the farm and were looking for him. Oh, go
I have
ahead.
a question. I thought, okay, hold on. I thought Grandma hadn't heard from him after he pulled the seed in. Mom hadn't heard from him, and Dad and sister were on vacation in Nevada. They had spoke to him Wednesday prior. So Dad was like, no, I hadn't heard from him. Mom said, no, I hadn't heard from him. So I thought Grandma made contact with Don and Jim and had them go search for the first 2 days.
Yep. So they went out. So
Grandma called Don and Jim. Don used to be a previous employee for Dylan, and Dylan fired him.
Correct.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure,
Well, I've heard some reports that Dylan fired him, and then other reports that they just got in an argument and Don just decided to retire and move on. That it was kind of mutual. So.
Okay.
Damn. Yeah, it's pretty desolate out there. Damn.
And so then when they go out there, Dylan's 19. From my understanding, he's 19. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I have everything correct, so that way we don't have anything, Nope,
you got it.
So this is the pile that they actually found Dylan's boots on with a drop of blood. 1 drop of blood. They didn't know if it was Dylan's or not. They actually put the boots in the back of the squad car, and they were left in the back of the squad car for a week before they were sent to the lab.
God.
Yes. That's what the mom's saying.
Oh, okay. Oh, jeez.
So I don't even know if the spot has been confirmed of blood yet, because the boots, I mean, they have to go to the lab before they can confirm if it was blood or not, and whose blood it is.
Right. So Mom says the week prior to this that Dylan had called her and said, Mom, there was somebody out here. You're never going to believe this. You're never going to believe this. And she's all, what? And Dylan was like, you're not even going to believe what happened. And she's like, what do you mean? What happened? He's like, I had this guy was out running in the desert bloody. He didn't have any shoes on. He was, covered in blood and dirt. He was out here yelling. It turned my high beams on and looked at him, and he was just in terrible shape. So at that point, I think he tells his mom that he drives off, or he calls for help and drives off. I'm not sure what excuse he gave to his mom, but he did not tell his mother that he picked him up and gave him a ride. Now, come to find out, this kid's name is Chase Ventura or Ventura. Not sure how they say his last name.
Venstra.
Anyway, Venstra. Okay. So,
And he's not a kid.
anyway,
He's like a 50-year-old man.
yeah, he's not a kid. He's a grown man. So, come to find out, Dylan actually did give him a ride, and he did not tell his mom that he gave him a ride into town, which is about 30 minutes away, 30 miles away, from my understanding. And
Yeah.
actually, Chase was seen 200 miles away at a pizza parlor, and basically has an alibi. You know, he was at a pizza parlor. You know, Dylan dropped him off, and then from that point on, he left and went to said pizza parlor 200 miles away and was on camera there. So he has an alibi, and he basically said, I will call the police myself and talk to them and let them know that I had nothing to do with anything that happened with Dylan or whatever. Which, okay, now he had already been accused by the Wadsworth. They actually own the bar, and Kurt owns the bar, and Kurt is the one that the PI says dressed in drag and had a relationship with Dylan.
So
His
Kurt doesn't
brother
own the bar. Ellenberg owns it. I think Kurt and Troy lease it from her or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And she
Yeah.
said they pay rent. It's only open once a week, and they pay rent every time. She's only had one time paying rent. Was trouble with when the pandemic struck, so he only had trouble once paying his rent. But anyways, oh yeah, Crime Stalker. Ask Cap. We just started a group where we can finally put everything in there together, so we could compile this and like get a timeline going. And all these different names. It's very confusing. Here, I got some of the people. Okay, so I got some of the pictures here of them as I'm going. We can put them up. Okay, this is Chase, right? This is Chase. This was the one that he found that was covered in blood out in the desert that he picked up and gave a ride to.
Yep, that's Chase.
Okay, so here, yeah, lots of moving parts. Lots of moving parts.
And he's
So
got
this is
you
Chase,
could Google this guy's name and pull up like 9 mugshots of this guy. He's got quite the history, stalking and stealing and all kinds of stuff, drugs and all kinds of things.
yeah, so he's definitely got a history there. So okay, so Chase is the one that he gave a ride to that he did not tell his mom he gave a ride to. He is actually currently right now being held in jail on other charges that have nothing to do with Dylan or his disappearance or anything like that. So he
due
is
to
being
previous
held on
warrants.
warrant in jail. He is actually currently in jail right now as we speak. So there's that. Okay, so now we want to go to this right here is Kurt, correct?
Oh, let me see. That is Troy.
This is Troy. Okay, so this is Kurt's brother, Troy, the one who had the 3 girls hostage, allegedly had 3 girls that were held hostage.
Right. That's one of the things that the PI is spreading around, that there was 3 women and water bottles and all this stuff. But the only report I could find kind of close to that is he had like a domestic situation with his ex-girlfriend. And he was like stalking her and taunting her and stuff like that. I can't find any report.
He posted bond, and then he went back and messed with her again, or was stalking her again.
Right.
Okay.
I can't find a report about him holding 3 women captive and all that. I can't find that.
I haven't found one either. So this is from someone else's live that we got, that I got a screenshot of, and it was sent to me. So anyways, we have here's like a kind of layout here. Kurt says, okay, so the first guy, I know it's kind of hard to see. I think the first guy they have there is Don, and it says possibly angry over being fired, mad at Dylan for some reason. So there's one. Like suspects they have, I guess you could say. If that's like a line of suspects to keep it all in order. And then Kurt would be the next one, who owns the Saddle Sore Bar, and he is the one the PI is saying has dressed in drag and wears red lipstick and just like he's alleged, you know, he's made a lot of allegations against him.
Yeah, that he's
He
part of
actually,
a militia and all this stuff. So there's another creator that did a like 2-hour interview with him yesterday. Have you been able to
yesterday,
listen to
her
that?
name, okay, let's link that live so people can go watch it if they want to.
Her name's
What's her
Crime
name? I'll
Time.
go get it.
It's Crime Time with Jess.
Crime Time with Jess. And so she did a live with Kurt yesterday and
Yes.
did a 2-hour interview with him. So you guys are welcome to go listen to that. And I will link that in here. And it's
in
not a
like
group.
2 or 3.
I'm sorry. I misspoke. It is actually like a private, in like a chat box. You know how you do it in the messenger? And there's like 5 of us girls in there. And so we just had been putting links and stuff in there so we can save it all in one spot. And so that we can work on it. It's not I didn't make like a Facebook group or nothing like that. I don't join groups like that. I barely am on Facebook. So, I'm sorry. I apologize. I misspoke on that. It's like a private, you know what I mean? Like a messenger thing. I guess I really need to, I thought about making a Discord, but I don't know how to work them. I don't run them like that. I don't know how to work it very well. Like I actually have it hooked up, but I don't really use it because I don't really know how to use it very well. So I thought about doing that, to have a place where other people can go as well to join the conversation. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Oh yeah,
I
that's a good
don't know.
idea. I've never been in Discord. I've heard it's the devil, but that would be the one exception that
Yeah,
I would
girl, that's
join.
what I don't like. That's what I don't like about it. So, I mean, I don't know how to do like where you can just talk about the case or whatever instead of having like a normal chat box where people can argue and all that. I don't want that. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just would want
Yep.
a spot where we could talk about this case or other cases or something. You know what I mean? Just anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out. We'll talk about that another time.
Okay.
But anyways, so on to this guy. So anyways, so the Kurt is the one who owns the bar, and that's who Ellen Berg is the one who leases it, and she was on the phone with the PI.
Yes. On No Thanks.
On No Thanks Doug. That's how I was trying to figure it out. What live she was on with them because it's hard to keep track of it all. That's why I'm so glad we have that where we can put all those links in one. You know what I mean?
Right. So her
keep
son
track.
Dylan called in, and he's the one that said that he told the PI privately that he had seen Curtin drag or whatever. Then when he was on the live with No Thanks and the PI, he said no, he had red lips. He could have been eating spaghetti. I don't know. And then he went on another live and said, yeah, maybe it was lipstick. But he kind of backtracked. He never said that the guy was dressed in drag or had eyeshadow on or anything like that. So
right.
Just clear that up.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd. He's like, just tell him. I need you to confirm my story. This confirms everything I've been saying. And he's like, no, I can't because I didn't. I didn't
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah,
oh, Jesus.
Because the PI has been running around for weeks saying, this guy is dressed in drag and he's having an affair with Dylan and blah, 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 all this stuff. So.
And don't get me wrong. Like, I know that teenagers do things and I know that teenagers experiment. And I understand that, you know, Dylan might have done things that his mom doesn't know about. As in like maybe smoking weed. Maybe he might have possibly went to the bar and had some drinks or whatever and went home. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's things that he probably did, like giving Chase a ride and not telling his mom because he didn't want her to worry. You know, or whatever. Who knows? I mean,
Absolutely.
teenage boys and you know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
they don't tell their mother every single thing they do. And I'm not going to sit here and say that he is anything other than a hardworking, you know, 19-year-old man at this point, because that's the facts that are speaking. You know, that's what's going on. You know, what I've heard and seen are two different things. You know what I'm saying? What he's saying and what the truth is are two different things. So
Absolutely.
I haven't seen any facts to back up what he's saying, you know, the PI. So
yeah, I mean, what I've heard from the family and from people that knew Dylan, that he was just a very hardworking kid. He really wanted to prove everybody wrong that he could grow wheat out in this really, really dry desert that has like very salty, you know, because it's right next to the salt lake. So the minerals in the ground are, you know, a lot of people aren't really able to farm out there, and he just wanted to prove everybody wrong. He was a
He thought
very
he could
hard
do it.
worker. He was
Yes.
very smart. He knew how to weld and use all different kinds of tools, and
he knew how to run farm equipment, which is very, very
yes.
expensive and very hard to, very hard to run when you don't know what you're doing. He knew what he was doing, and he made good money doing it. He actually helped other farmers and other people, with his farm equipment, which is how he got paid the $30,000. But he owed bills. He owed for gas. He owed for, you know what I'm saying? Like, he owed bills. He had to pay his bills, like his mom said. He had been charging his gas and stuff, and he had to pay that. You got to pay your bills when you live on a farm. You have to keep up with that.
And I think a lot of the equipment he had out there, he's still making payments on.
Right. So yeah,
yeah.
with that said, and then, what I thought was really messed up too was the police allowed the mom and dad to break the window open in his, the back window of his truck, to go through it or whatever. I think they should have, took the truck in and, held it in there for evidence just to see, in case something was in there, because
they let the parents drive the truck back to their house.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. It wasn't even reported as foul play or like a criminal investigation until like 1 or 2 weeks after he was reported missing.
Well, yeah, and then when the FBI got involved, they actually, they raised it up to a criminal investigation. So that leads me to believe when they did that they had found something. Well, then the news report came out yesterday from Nate Eaton, and he did a report and said that there was a search warrant served on James Brenner. What is it?
Brenner.
James Brenner. Okay, James Brenner. And that he lived, that he was squatting in a house, 5 houses down from Dylan, or 5 blocks down from Dylan. What was it?
They said he was in a camper on Dylan's property.
Oh, really? Because they said he was squatting. I know the news report.
Yeah.
Did you watch the news report? They said he was squatting.
Yeah, he was squatting in a camper on Dylan's property, but Dylan's property is 600 acres. It's huge.
Oh, wow. So, okay. So I didn't even know that. That's a lot of acres there. Wow.
Yeah. 5 miles, some beach says. I agree. Second childhood.
He was
totally
squatting on the property. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was agreeing with somebody in chat.
Okay. And I guess allegedly he had he's a felon. He had a bunch of guns, and when he found out that there was a bunch of cops out there running around looking for Dylan, he went and handed his guns.
Well, hold on. Now look, the news. Okay, so we have the warrant too, but the news yesterday, and I have a clip of it. I don't know if Gen X if she can play it. If I send you the clip, can you play it from the news?
I'm on my phone, girl.
Are you? Okay, well, it's okay. There's the news clip or whatever. He says on there that basically the FBI said the search warrant had nothing to do with Dylan's case. However, I think it's very odd that it went from a normal investigation to a criminal investigation after said warrant was served, which was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He said, the news says a couple of days ago, and it actually was June 15th or 16th, I think. It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
But he says so they served the search warrant. They took pictures and videos of these, and I don't want to say it, GUNS and ammo, and they got pictures and videos of it all, but they left it all. They didn't take any of it with them. And then James went to this guy by the initials of DH and said, here's 3 of these, what did he call them? I want to say musket loaders or something like that. I don't even know what he was talking, something like that. And anyways, he's like, can you hold on to these 3? Because last time the cops came, they took everything from me.
Oh.
Right. And I think DH turned them in.
Yes.
Right.
DH then
is the one that called.
Police.
Yes.
Yep. Called the police and turned them in, which, like I said, I think that's, and so that's when the FBI was like, oh, this is a criminal investigation. I remember Candace going on the news and her and Justin sitting there together, and she started crying when she said the FBI has now said it's a criminal investigation.
Right.
Which I think, obviously sank into her mind at that point in time, something happened to my baby. You know what I mean? And I know he's 19, but he'll always be her baby.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, 19 is still a baby.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oof, damn.
But I definitely feel it was like some serious, like good old boys, Keystone cops don't give a shit. They left the boots in there for a week before they sent him to the lab. They didn't test the stuff. They didn't really care. They took the report and were like, okay, well, he's 19. Basically, he's an adult. So, maybe he doesn't want you to know where he's at. Maybe he's just doing his own thing.
So, you guys said the Chase, he was covered in blood.
Yep.
And he was covered in blood when this young man picked him up, or when he was...
Dylan. Yes. Dylan picked him up and seen him out on his property running out in the desert with no shoes on, covered in blood. And he told his mom that he seen him on foot running, and that he was, that he seen him and stuff, but he did not tell his mom that he picked him up and gave him a ride 30 miles into town, though. He didn't. He just said he's seen him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So are the boots his?
No, they were Dylan's.
They were Dylan's.
The mom said, Candace, which is Dylan's mom, said that he wore his boots like those were his shoes he wore every day. Now, a man in their work boots. They get up, they wear the same pair of work boots. Yeah. When your work boots when they get a hole or they get worn down, they usually go buy the same pair of work boots.
Yes.
You need to work in the same pair of boots. Most men are like that, like they just, their work boots ain't nothing. That's what they, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah. I'm married to one of those guys. So he was you said he was running barefoot, but those aren't his boots? That's weird.
Yeah, Chase.
No, they're Dylan's boots.
But the boots that were found were Dylan's boots. Yeah, Dylan.
And they were found. So the boots were found. I think they said 200 yards away from where he parked the grain truck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, behind
the grain truck is 5 miles from his trailer, so he would have had to drive, park the grain truck under shelter so it didn't get rained on. Mm-hmm. The boots were found about 200 yards away by a trash burning pile or something like that.
Oh.
And then Dylan would have had to walk 5 miles back to his trailer. So they don't think he ever left that area of where he parked his grain truck.
Wow.
Because there's no evidence that he made it back to his trailer.
Holy crap. Damn. Yeah, look at all that land. Damn.
Yeah, and the boots were found with a speck of blood on them. And this is the mound that they were found behind. So it's not like a huge mound. You know what I mean? It's not like it's something huge. It's a smaller mound of, dirt or whatever. They found Dylan's boots, and Dylan wore the same pair of boots. So it'd be like them. So, you said your husband wears the same exact pair of boots. It would be like, that you finding your husband's boots behind this mound. You would know those are your husband's boots. You know those are his. Yeah. Because your husband. She knows her son. She knew the boots he wore. He wore the same pair every day. And she said if it got a hole, he went and bought the same exact pair. He didn't change, what. Like, he had the same pair of boots. He wore the same pair of boots faithfully.
Right. And a lot of people are asking if the grain truck was checked. Yes, they checked the grain truck, and they also checked the mound where the boots were found.
So are there additional law enforcement now looking into this, or is it still just local?
I think it's local and FBI.
Yeah, I was going to say the local police and the FBI have now stepped in, and
good.
First it was just a regular investigation, and now it's the FBI said it's a criminal investigation. And I find that kind of odd that now they're saying it's a criminal investigation, and then they said this a week ago, or what was it a week ago that she did the interview with Nate Ian, right? Her and Justin. They went on the news and did an interview with Nate with the Idaho News, and
yes,
that's when Candace started crying when she said the FBI, they have now considered this a criminal investigation. And my heart broke for her. Like it was almost like she realized something bad had happened to her baby. Something bad had happened to her son. You know what I mean? Like at that point in time, she was like, damn, it almost like it just hit her.
Yeah.
And, that's another thing too I want to touch on. The PI kept saying, she isn't even crying enough. She isn't reacting. Who reacts like this? Okay, first of all, when you're dealing with something like that and you're in shock, you can't react. You can't base someone's emotions and reaction off of how much they cared or loved
Right.
this person or their child or their brother, their sister, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you can't take, because she doesn't scream and bawl and cry and on national television, she doesn't care. And that's not right. That's not true. That's not the case. Most people break down usually in the comfort of their own home or with their family. I mean, sometimes just anywhere, but you know what I'm saying? Not very many.
Absolutely. Yeah, his, trying to judge the mother because she's not on TV crying every single day. She's been out there, and I still think they're out there. They haven't even left that land yet. She's been boots on the ground every single day, pulling every single resource she could get her hands on.
Yeah.
Doing social media and media interviews. She is like a pit bull. She is out there trying to find her baby, and that's what I see.
Right.
I don't need to see her crying and her grief.
Right.
She's really leading this
Yeah,
search.
she is. And that's another thing that really irritates me is he's like, she doesn't care about her kids. She dropped her kids off and you know what? Why are you even talking about their life previous to right now?
Right.
Yeah, he's digging into the mother,
you're trying
her
to bring
past,
this mother
her debt,
down and embarrass her and belittle her on national television and on any YouTube channel he can get on.
Right. I hate when they always I mean, I get it, the closest to the person. So for an example, husband and wife goes missing, they look at husband. Kid goes missing, they look at parents. But I can't stand when they always like, oh, they're not showing enough emotion. Oh, they're overreacting and showing too much emotion. You can't make everybody happy, right? Like, just
and look, Nano for Life said she was probably afraid to cry, afraid she would never stop. Honestly, when you break down, you don't know. I don't think anyone's been cleared, but I know that the parents were. I don't think they're being looked at as suspects. They live 3 hours away, and I think the dad was on a trip to Vegas with his daughter and had spoke with Dylan, and everything seemed to be okay. I think that. I hope that they will do a press conference or something along those lines and give people a better idea of what's going on, because right now everyone is hanging on to the word of this PI because it's basically at the hands of mom or the PI. You know what I mean?
right.
Those are the only two that have really came out and spoke on this. Well, other than the people who are being blamed by social media at this point, The Wadsworths are really being looked at really heavily by social media right now.
Right.
The sleuths of social media. And I think that it's also really, really, tacky that he wanted to hold up a sign and say he's going to be sleuth man because he's trying to dox sleuth mom because she put that call out.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah, he's been doxing, put a bounty out for sleuth
he
mom's
thinks
dox.
it's okay.
Yeah, he's doxing her subs, her mods, all kinds of stuff. It's just foul.
Oh,
yeah,
I can't. She won't be able to stay focused. Oh, sweet.
He was just on No Thanks last night, and he was saying there's no laws for doxing. Doxing isn't even a word. It doesn't even really exist. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, well, you're gonna find out the hard way on YouTube, buddy, because he went and started a channel with Doug, and I don't know what.
I seen Doug gave him one of his channels. He's already got 1,000 subs on it. He's like, I made the channel for both of us, but if you don't want to work with me, you can have it. I'm like, oh, that's real nice. So he's already got he gave him a channel with 1,000 subs to get going on. Oh, yeah, that's really nice.
What a mess.
Yeah. A lot of people are talking about, like, why can't people go out there and search? Why can't they take their drones and their dogs and da 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 da? Well, the FBI is out there, and just like, in Summer Wells' case, they don't want the locals just going out searching. They want to know where
Right.
people are searching, what, where they're at, what they're
Mhm.
doing. They don't, if they find anything, they don't want anyone messing with evidence or anything like that. Also, it's a no-flight zone out there. It's a lot of military testing done out that way, and when Heavy D went out there with his helicopter, he had to get military clearance to fly his helicopter out there, and he only had a short amount of time that he could actually be out there with his helicopter. So people can't just go out there and search. They can't just go out there with their drones and their dogs. And then I heard Candace say that they've only had one dog out there who did a ground search, and it was a cadaver dog. So it's only trained to look for cadavers.
Right.
Right. It's not like a search dog or there's different types of police dogs that they use to find certain things. So the only dog that they've had out there so far is one dog, and it's been a cadaver dog.
Oh shit.
And I guess once, or something about a certain amount of feet that someone could be buried and this and that, they can only smell so far.
Right. So the property is 5 miles? Is that what I understand?
600 acres.
600 acres. So they would just basically, the FBI will just grid it out and section by section, I guess. Oh God.
I guess there's a lot of like mining holes and stuff like that out there too. So they're searching mining holes and, abandoned sheds and campers and all kinds of stuff.
Right. There's a lot of federal barren land out there. So, but yeah, they wouldn't want people out there freaking, roaming the desert,
Well, yeah. And just like, like you got to keep an eye on people that are out there searching. What if they get lost? What if they get hurt?
Right.
You can't just send people out there in the middle of nowhere.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Did I hear the mom's name is Candace? So there's like a Candace and Dawn in this situation as well?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. The mom is Candace. Justin is the dad. Dawn is the family friend that worked on the farm with Dylan. Him and Dylan had a disagreement on April 16th. And they kind of just mutually decided to split ways. I guess Dawn had retirement money saved up and everything, and he was just like, you know what, I'm old, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm ready to not be farming anymore. And they had their little disagreement, so he went his own way.
Right.
I haven't heard much more about Dawn other than he's the one that first went out to look to see if he could find Dylan, and then when him and Dylan's best friend JD couldn't find him, they contacted the family, and then the family came out the very next day.
Oh jeez. The family came out the next day.
So Dylan went missing on May 28th, which was a Saturday, I believe. The last phone call with Grandma. And then on Saturday, phone call with Grandma. No one's heard from him. Next day, Sunday, Dawn and JD went out to see if they could find him. They couldn't find him. Parents were out there the very next day on Monday.
Oh, wow.
And that was
the 30th.
Just gave me
chills. That just gave me the chills.
The FBI didn't get involved until June. What is it? I have it written down somewhere. June 23rd. So between May 28th and June 23rd until FBI got involved. Yeah, June 23rd is when the FBI joined the search.
Damn.
He was reported missing on the 30th.
Oh, that poor mama. And now the dad, what's any info on the dad? Is he out searching?
Dad's been there. Yep. So it's mom, her husband, and dad, and I believe his wife have been out there.
Well, yeah, and they said that the that he's missing his pistol's still gone. They have not found it and has not been recovered yet. But they did find his shotgun.
So yeah, so that makes me think if one of those GUNs that this guy James Brennan was hiding, I wonder if the pistol maybe could be one of those. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's like
Jesus.
I said, that's kind of another reason why it makes me think like that's why it's turned to this criminal investigation, you know. But then on the news it says that it doesn't have anything to do with it. I'm like, wait a minute here.
Well, I don't think they can say or confirm until, you know,
right.
Whoa.
they've actually done their investigation and everything.
Holy crap. So dad had a gun and that's missing. Ooh, it's giving me chills.
No,
See, this is why I can't do the true crime stuff.
Dylan had a gun, and I mean that was his. He had two of them actually. Like he had them out there because you never really know. Like when you live out there, you don't know what kind of wildlife you're going to run into, or you know what I mean. You really
Coyotes.
don't.
Or strange people.
He had a shotgun, and he had I guess a pistol. I don't know. The pistol's gone. Yeah, I guess he carried that on him at all times, and that's still gone. So they did find his boots, but that's gone. So
yeah. Oof.
So back to Kurt, he did work on the farm with Dylan. They met, I think, when Dylan first moved out there, and the farm was before they sold it to Dylan. Dylan was working on that farm, and Kurt was out there working on it as well. That's how they met. So I guess per the interview that I heard last night, Kurt said that Dylan would go and stay out at his place, but he had a like extra camper in his backyard that he would let Dylan stay in, because it was 30 miles from Dylan's property to Kurt's property. So it would have been an hour 30 miles for Dylan to get back home from Kurt's house. That Kurt said he would definitely let, Dylan would come out there, hang out, cook his food, use his shower, stuff like that. And then he would just end up passing out in Kurt's camper.
Yeah. I'm going to hop off. I need to run my kiddo somewhere. So thanks for having me up, and thanks for the info.
Oh, have a good day.
Yeah,
you
too.
Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, it was good talking to you, ladies. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so there's this just sucks. It just sucks, but
okay.
You know what I mean? Just go ahead. I'm sorry, honey.
It's okay. So Queen, do you remember hearing about those 3 calls Kurt made to Candace in the beginning saying Dylan's being held in this house and you guys need to go search it and he's being held there? Do you remember hearing about that?
Yes.
So Kurt last night on Jess's panel, he said what happened was his wife talked to a psychic, or his ex-wife talked to a psychic. The psychic told her Dylan is alive, he's being held, and some other kind of details. The wife told her daughter told dad, who's Kurt. So this is his explanation for that, was that he was frantically trying to get a hold of the family, trying to tell them, you guys need to go search this house. Dylan's alive. He's being held there. And it's all of this came from some psychic that his ex-wife talked to. So that's how he tried to, pretty much clear that up last night on Jess's panel.
Hey.
Hey.
It's Allie Joe. I can't.
Hey, Allie.
Hey, I can't stay up here what's up? I can't stay up here too long, but okay, I may be way off on this, but just hear me out. Okay. So yesterday a story came out about a neighbor of Dylan's that was arrested, something about a whole bunch of firearms or something like that, stolen firearms maybe, I don't know. They mentioned somebody named DH, right? Who was associated with the stealing of these firearms, or holding them in a camper or something. A DH was associated with it.
Yes.
DH is the initials, or okay, so the guy who was working with Dylan, his name was Don.
Correct.
I'm wondering if DH and because so they said it wasn't related, but why would the FBI, who's involved in Dylan's case, be involved in arresting some guy who's Dylan's neighbor? That's what confused me. Like, why wouldn't the local police department be in charge of that, not the FBI who's involved in Dylan's case?
No, I thought the same thing, but I just didn't want to like start, anything.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just like thinking about that right now.
Me too.
And I was like, I don't like. Yeah, right. You're right.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with you, girl. I think the same exact thing.
Okay. It's so weird though. It's so like there's so many people involved.
Right. Yeah, because this is the first time I've heard about this James Brennan guy.
Yeah, that name like never came up before, so it was just kind of out of nowhere.
There was a Robert Aviles name that popped up the other day, and supposedly that's the house that they went and searched because of Kurt's phone calls that Dylan was alive and being held in this house. That was the first time I heard that name, and that's the house that they went and searched, and they didn't find anything. But yeah, James Brennan, that's the first time I've heard his name. And then in the whole warrant report for James Brennan, they are using initials DH.
I think there are unknown people involved that we're still unaware of. Yeah. So I don't like. I'm torn between like sharing information that I think about. Not that any YouTuber or sub or online person is going to help solve a missing persons case. Nothing like that. But like it's just you want to share information that you find because it's just interesting, and we're all interested in this case and all of the details of it and everything. So it's
absolutely. Yeah, Some Beach. That's the name. Donald Haley.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, so a lot of people are saying like James the squatter. We didn't even know about him.
Right. Didn't even know about him.
But you know what though? I really hope that just from mom to mom, mother to mother, I hope that she gets closure for her, for with her son. I really, really do. This is like a really hard case. Like it's just hard all the way around. You know what I mean? It's very emotional. And I think a lot of us can relate because, you want your child to have independence. And he was so happy. He was so excited to do this farming. He was really, really happy about this. This is something he wanted to do for a long time. What would his mother look like holding him back and saying, no, I don't think you're ready. I don't think you're ready. I mean, you want your child to do well. You want them to have their independence. I mean, you raise them to, you know what I mean? Take care of themselves, be independent, make good choices. I think that her son was doing something he loved to do, and I think that, I don't think I think it was the people out there that, had issues. I don't think this was something that Dylan did. You know what I mean? I don't think it's because he was with Kurt and doing this cross-dressing or whatever the hell this PI is trying to put out there.
Right.
I completely agree. I think that's just damaging this young man's reputation. He sounds like a very hard worker. I mean, how many 19-year-olds do you know that work as hard as it seemed like he did? There's pictures of him helping others like build different.
Well, look, this picture right here is of him when he was young. I mean, he couldn't have been maybe 9 or 10 right there on tractor on farm equipment. And there he is older with his truck, you know what I mean? Doing the same thing. I mean, he never grew out of it. Like, that's what he wanted to do from the time he was little. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I feel like he was really proud of it. And I don't think that she was wrong. And he goes, well, how many of you guys would send your kids out there? Well, you know what? I think she did the right thing by allowing him to go out there and have his independence and do what he wanted to do. I don't think she's a bad mom.
No, I don't think his mom, dad, or his grandparents are bad people at all. I don't think Chase was, really or I'm not Dylan. I don't think Dylan was a bad kid. I think the only mistake Dylan might have made was bragging about the money. But besides that, I haven't heard, anything bad about this kid. He was a very good boy.
Or even being friends with people who are shady. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Just because he didn't have a girlfriend in high school and he didn't have a girlfriend when this happened does not mean that he was gay. It does not mean, and it doesn't even matter. I don't understand why he's making such a big deal out of that. What does it even matter? What does it even matter? So what? So what if he was? Who cares? What is the point?
But don't you think that PIs have like some sort of like ethical, where they're supposed to like keep information that they find, report it to the family, report it to the police? Why are you jumping panel to panel, releasing all this information, all this crucial information that you found? All it's done is started rumors. It's hindered the investigation. And I don't know. I think that there's just some things you should, like certain PIs, ethically, they should just only release information to their clients and the sheriffs.
Right.
Spreading all these rumors about Dylan, being gay, and who cares if he is, But if it helps the investigation, yes, give that information to the family and the sheriffs.
I don't know, listening to him speak with Ellen, I find her really credible. She seems like she is about, at this point, the only one besides Candace who's being open and honest about shit.
Yeah, there was another local caller that called in to No Thanks the other night. He sounded pretty credible. You'll have to go back. I'll try to clip that one up for you.
To that. Yeah, I was gonna say we'll have to. I'm sure it's probably linked in there, but I'll have to go back and listen to it. I was busy, so I didn't get a chance to listen to it. What was he saying? Was he confirming anything, or what was he? Allie, did you hear it?
I did, but it was one of those that I was listening to while I was falling asleep. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it again.
Which one was it?
It was at the very so after the first. So when No Thanks, he did like a live the other night where he went back and reviewed the phone call with Ellen and Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the very, very end of that live.
And what happened? Sorry, I missed it.
Another local called in, this older gentleman.
The Thai guy? Yeah. And he said Jim was like spot on. He's so right. It's so weird because, so this is like my weird like thought process, although I know Jim accuses everybody of thinking this, but like, is he hiring people to call in and like say that he's spot on? Because there's so many random people that call in and be like, Jim's spot on, keep going. But any people that we know that actually have a name associated with this is like, he's so wrong. And they don't verify anything he says. Like that Dylan Berg guy was like, No, I didn't see him cross-dressing. Like, his lips were red. That was it. Like, it was, I don't know. So I feel like anybody that we know of a name associated with this case has not verified anything the PI has said. But then some random people will call in and say, yeah, he's spot on.
Right. Yeah.
It's weird. And that I looked up that Thai guy, and he does live in the area, but he does have a criminal history. So I don't know if he's just trying to find random people that live in the area to corroborate his story, or like how these people come to be in contact with him.
It's very,
I think that
very
there's
odd
been
though
so much.
too that when they call in, they don't like show their face. They don't really tell their names or nothing. It's
Yeah.
like he's calling in. Well, last night when he got done with Laura's like, yeah, he's full of shit. He is straight full of shit.
Yeah, he went by a pseudonym like Ty, which isn't his real name, and like didn't want to show his face, and so nobody could look into him. Well, he made one mistake that I picked up on, and it was able to find him anyway. But like Lana said, he's absolutely the kind of guy to pay others to toot his horn. Like, yes, I totally see him paying people to call in, and because when that Dylan Berg guy was on, he was like, come on, tell me what you told me, tell me I'm right. And the guy's like, no, I can't.
Right. Yep. They were like trying to coax validity out of him. And he was like, no, I never said that. I never said that he was dressed in drag. I said he had red lips. So the Thai guy, is that the kid that said that he's going to actually go out there?
There's one of them that said they were going to go out there. He was talking about it last night.
Okay, yeah, and that's the guy that Jim was, and he was like, yeah, Jim's right. I'm going to go out there with my crew. We have a little YouTube channel that we're starting. We're going to go out there and search. And Jim was like, yeah,
well, yeah,
go
and
out there.
that's
Look,
the
I
thing
see I already have people going out there for me.
He's all about Sleuth Mom showing her face and people not having any anonymity or whatever the fuck he says. He's like, you can't be anonymous. If you're going to talk shit, you need to do it with your face. Okay, but you know what? All these people you have calling in don't dare show their face, or they'll call his phone. They won't call like the call in or whatever. They'll call his phone. It's almost like he's like got fake callers or something.
That's what it feels like. It feels like fake callers. And I hate to like think, but it totally seems like they're fake callers. Because anybody that we know that is associated with this case, like Kurt Wadsworth was talking, Troy was talking, Dylan Berg, Ellenberg, all the people, the names that we know that are associated with this case that have been on maybe other creators' platforms or have verified that's them, have not agreed with Jim's story. And anybody that we don't know who they are, who are anonymous,
well, and that's why I said that Ellen Berg, she was actually really open and honest. And she, you know, what I found the most ironic about the whole thing was he had so much to say about Kurt and Troy, and she said the complete opposite.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, Lana brought up that salty pancakes. That irritated me so bad. Jim said that Salty Pancakes has a video of, I don't even want to say what it was because the rumor, like, it was so absurd. And basically he said he had a video of Dylan and it never happened. He was dropping videos. People were watching him. Nope, that's not it. Dropping videos. People watching. Come to find out, Salty Pancake never even had a video. And Jim claimed he saw it. He's like, yep, he sent it to me on my phone. I get so many messages. Let me see if I can find it. Salty Pancake comes on and he goes, I never even had a video. So why did Jim say he watched a video from Salty Pancake when Salty Pancake said he never even had a video?
I mean, like, can I say what the rumor was about that? Because I ended up messaging Sleuth Mom and I was like, girl, you better get over there right now. And then she went up on that panel and went off. And
I'm
glad she did. I'm so glad she did.
Yeah,
I
because I
messaged
her and I sent her the link, and I was like, "Girl, you better get over there right now. They're saying that you've been playing Roblox with Dylan since before he passed away."
Oh my
and
God.
that, Jim's got this proof, this video from Salty Pancake, and she jumped up there and went off.
Yes.
And then and Jim was like, "Well, show your face, sleuth mom, show your face," and blah 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 blah. And she's like, "I don't have to show my face. Like, stop, stop this harassment. You're putting a bounty out for my docs. Like, leave me and my family alone. People are harassing her. I mean, thousands of people probably are trying to get this $500 to find out who she is." And
ridiculous.
It was just so crazy. I was like, what the heck is happening right now?
The PI said that Sleuth Mom and Dylan were on a video playing video games together, like some Farmville video game, and that the Salty Pancake random sub had a video of recording of Sleuth Mom and Dylan playing video games together. Like, what?
Yes.
Yeah, that had to be my favorite part. Yeah, they've been playing Roblox since before he disappeared. Fucking spilling the tea over there.
She's involved in this case. Like,
right
here.
And he's so mad that Sleuth Mom released that video that Candace sent to her of their conversation. That's why he's going after her. And I'm like, there ain't one person in this true crime community, if they got their hands on that video, that they wouldn't have played it.
And that
she just happened to be the one to play it.
Right. And that I'll give respect to Laura. Okay, Laura might have, like, might not, like, I don't fuck with her, okay? But I'll give her this respect. She admitted it. She said anybody who got that would have dropped it. I would have dropped it. And I'll say this for her, too.
Well, you know what? She made that call last night on when he was like, "You want the number?" And she's like, "Yeah, give it to me. I'll call." He's like, "Well, he's not going to answer." He gave up the number, but I think it was wrong because he ended up, like, she called like 3 or 4 times and no answer, and then he's like, "Oh, you know what? That was the call you were looking for. That right there was the call you was looking for." And she's like, "Oh, was it?" And he's like, "Yes, it was." And then he just dropped off. I'm like, "You."
Oh, I can't with this.
She set up the whole. She set up that whole lie for this evidence proof, and then just the other night when he had that.
I smell a Michael Long. I smell Michael Long.
Yes, I smell a scammer.
I smell a scammer.
Michael Long's a scammer.
On Doug's panel, he had that RSO call in, who was supposedly related and saw Dylan at the Women's March. And all this, I mean, I was just like, that's an hour of my life I'll never get back.
No, and like, I was like, seriously, Doug, like, are you letting this happen? And he was going with it, and then towards the end of the call, he was like, you know what, this call's over with. And then after he got the phone, he's like, I don't know if it's jailhouse mentality, but I don't really want to fuck with SOs, and that was just a waste of time. And obviously, if I would have saw that picture beforehand, I think he saw the picture beforehand, though. Like, come on, you're not gonna look at a picture and you're just gonna post it, like, on your channel. Come on now,
that was ridiculous.
I mean, haven't we learned, like, vet your sources?
Mm-hmm.
Let them up on panel to spread more rumors, and
I think Jim convinced him that it'd be a good idea to have an RSO on the panel to get inside their mind and see, blah, 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 blah. Like, we know what they think. We know what they want. It comes with the title of RSO. We get it.
It's literally that easy.
It's literally in the title of what their motivation is. Like, what are you talking about? Get it.
You fucking weirdo wanting to talk to fucking RSOs, weirdo.
So weird. I don't think anybody learned anything from the guy that they didn't already know.
Nothing. Learned nothing.
Like,
fucking stupid.
So stupid. Showing some random picture that looked nothing like him.
Yeah, in his genealogy family tree, he's related to the Browns.
He was at the rally, at the Roe versus Wade rally. I'm like, you are not. You better stop it right now.
Yeah, he associates it with that. Like, oh my God, that whole thing. But can you imagine? Being Candace, and although you know everything these people are saying is complete horse crap, like still wondering, okay, but did they really see him? Like, I know they've been saying nothing but crap this whole time, but maybe he's right. Maybe they did see him. Oh my God, my son's out there. Oh my God, you know, like, can you imagine? Like the agony in her, in like that she's feeling of knowing that everything they say is not true, but wondering like, oh my God, what if this is true though? And then seeing the picture, like, oh, that would have irritated me.
Oh God, that would be fucking horrible.
Oh, I'm sure if she watches these, I'm sure they probably make her sick to her stomach. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And to hear the way Doug and Jim were talking about their, you know,
how he's this trifling like dope,
their
like
penis
pushing,
and their butts and what they're gonna, their butthole. It's just disgusting. Why are you even talking like that? Why are you even talking like that about this young kid? Why? For what? You guys sound disgusting.
And it's like this, like, how are you gonna, like, you know, I mean, shit, like, what, maybe the kid, like, is gay and had something going on. What kind of professional are you to put all that out there?
Right.
And
but I mean, he's saying it like somebody's gonna care, like somebody's gonna be really mad and angry.
And I know why he does it.
This is terrible.
The mom's obviously like they're conservative, and he knows it ruffles her feathers because they don't believe in being gay and shit or whatever.
Well,
so he knows it hurts her feelings.
Yeah, he built it off his last case that he did, where there was this girl, Gloria Alvarez, who went missing, and her family didn't want her to date a certain race. And when he found that out, he was like, oh, she's totally dating that race, and that's what it happened to be. So he learned from that case that whatever the family is against, that's what the missing kid is for. You know, like that. Right. So that's where he went with it.
That's awful.
The thing is
that is so awful.
None of the information that he gathered actually pointed towards Dylan being gay. And so that's the problem. Like, if he is, that's fine. And if you found that out, okay. But none of the information you found actually points towards that, number one. And number two, the way you've presented the information is so hurtful to the actual family and so disrespectful to the family. If you would have just said it that, you know what, he may have made choices in significant others that his family didn't approve of. Okay, say it like that. But all this other added stuff, you know, cross-dressing and this and that, it's like, come on.
But honestly, like him being a professional, whether he was fired or not, like this is currently an open investigation. If he thinks he's cracking the case, he shouldn't be out here blabbing about it anyway.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Like he should be reporting it and working behind the scenes like a fucking normal professional would. Yeah. Like I would fucking never want him to help me.
But as soon as the family let him go, he was on a mission to like, which is so terrible. Like, how credible is that?
It's not
for any future family that works with him. Like, for the fear of, okay, if I don't agree with him, he's going to suddenly put me on blast. Like, what?
Yeah, it feels like he would be, you know, fucking himself over by doing that, but I don't think that he thinks of it that way. Like, I don't know, dude. Did
you guys notice that before he was like, well, you know, I got paid a one-time. Matter of fact, I got the recording here when he got really upset with me last night for asking. Because this is why I asked, because for one, he said he already got paid, but for two, he had Laura e-begging, and then he had Doug doing the same thing, because he's like, what's all these letters under my name, Doug?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, that wasn't obvious. Doug's like, oh, yeah, he deserves it. He's working hard. Working hard at what? Embarrassing the family and himself? Telling lies? I mean, making a fucking circus out of this. What does he need paid for?
I don't know. It's fucking embarrassing, though.
No, I want to answer a question in a chat room. A woman named Queen Bee wants to know if I returned the money to the family since I didn't work on the case for more than a week. First of all, I worked on the case for well over a week. I was initially hired by the grandparents through the aunt, which was Justin Rounds' sister. She's adopted by those people, and I took the case through them. The fact that they did not choose to work with me, I charge a one-time upfront fee. I'm paid in full. If they do not want to work with me, I do not refund the money anymore. As if you go,
there you go. I don't refund
any longer.
money.
If you're paid in full, you can still work the case as long as you want, right? Like
sure, there's $100,000 reward out there. I'm doing what I'm doing here.
Right? He said it was 5 days.
Paid in full. So no, I would never return the money.
What is a verbal retraction?
I would never return the money.
There is no retraction. They paid me up front. It's a one-time lump sum fee. If they paid me and they don't want to work with me, listen, guys, it doesn't take
you can choose to work this, and you can still work this as hard as you want. They paid you originally to work this, right?
See what I'm saying? There you go. That's why I asked. Ooh, listen to that thunder and lightning crack. Ooh, we got storming bad.
Oh, damn. I heard that
you hear
shit.
That thunder cracking?
Woo! Yeah.
I'm jealous. I want some of that.
I know it's a hellish storm, you guys. And you know what? That's probably like, you know what? Finally, Dylan's probably like, somebody's speaking some facts for me, baby. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh. You're over here running me in the ground, man.
Shit.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
you said 5 days. Somebody said, yeah.
Even if he's on to something with some of the stuff he's brought up, his behavior is just so embarrassing.
Well, yeah, and he calls himself Jim the Bulldog Terry PI now. That's going to be his name on the YouTubes.
Yeah, I bet. Fucking weirdo.
Yeah, because people are going to want to hire you now. That's what they're going to want to do. Because
sure.
They say you don't want to work with them, you're going to start turning around lying on their family and doing anything and saying anything you can to hurt them.
Fucking psycho shit.
I hope they do him. I hope they do too.
Crazy person. Oh.
Did you guys listen to the interview with Kurt? Did either one of you girls get to hear it? I didn't get to listen to it yet.
Prime time with Jess.
Yeah. Did you guys get to listen to it? If so, what'd you think about it? Was he telling the truth, or what'd you think? Like by what kind of?
I need to go listen to that. I don't know if I did or not.
I don't know what to think. He said the scratches on the arm for Troy. So you know the scratches. That he fell off of his, like, he had like a 3-wheeler, like an ATC or something like that. And I guess he like crashed it, and that's how he got the scratches. And then I already told you about the phone call thing, so that he got the information from a psychic, and that's why he was calling Candace, telling her that Dylan was alive and being held in this house.
Oh my fucking God.
And he talked about Dylan would go and stay in his camper and bring his frozen pizzas and hang out.
I need to go back and listen to that.
That he's lived out there for like 30 years.
He's the one he's the one that they say is the gay old man that says he's not gay, right?
Right, and he says he is not gay. He doesn't even associate with gay people. He even made a comment, something like, well, if you hang around him, you become one, right?
Oh my like fucking that. God.
I know. And then, what else? He said, I'm trying to think of all the things. I can't remember. I should take notes, but I just listened to it last night when I was laying down. So I'll go back and listen to it again and take some notes.
Yeah, like I said though, like even if let's say the kid's gay, the guy's gay. I mean, I just don't feel like that's like a super important thing to keep repeating and repeating and repeating. fucking keep it to yourself and keep it moving and keep investigating if you think you're onto something or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like a real unnecessary, like, and I can't believe people are just like listening to the way he says it too. Like sugar in the tank and like all these like really homophobic things that he's saying is really gross. And at the same time, he's trying to like, it's really gross. And he, at the same time, he's supposedly trying to be like, oh, mom's homophobic. Listen to you, fool. Like, come on. Listen to the way you're talking. And he constantly talks about his fucking football career. No one cares about you being a kicker in a fucking arena football team, dude.
Every caller that calls in, he's like, "Oh yeah, you guys got the team, the Bulldogs. You have a stadium that's right by the park." And that's like, dude, no one cares.
I laughed so hard when he's like, "These people are going real life on me. They even contacted my football thing, whatever, my football team from last year, 2 years ago." I'm like, nobody cares. That's so irrelevant. That is the big lie.
But didn't we read reports that he was like ejected from?
Well, according to him, he has the longest football career next to Brett Favre and Tom Brady. So, like, but like, I don't know. I was playing some footage of him on ESPN or whatever. I think that he was trying to be like a commentator for a while or something, or maybe he was, I don't know. But he's like, can't con a con man. And I'm just like, oh, if this fool says that one more time, I swear to God. I don't know. In this situation, he probably shouldn't be saying stuff like that. Like, I get saying, like, you can't bullshit a bullshitter, but it's just like, I don't know. He's something else. That's all I got to say. He is something else.
He is something else. Oh my gosh. I can't stand him.
Yeah, I can't either. He thinks he's so funny. And then
it's hard for me to, and I want to like listen to the panels he's going on and everything, but it's getting to the point to where I just can't even listen to him anymore. It's all bullshit.
It's really hard. Okay, so like this, I was thinking about this last night. It's like, if you have a missing child, Summer Wells or Dylan Rounds, like these are examples. Like, okay, so because I can see it starting to go that way with Dylan's case. Yep. And honestly, it's sad, but not that many people were talking about it before. People were talking about it, but you could kind of tell it was kind of going to drift off into no one talking about it. Like,
and then
the majority of missing cases.
Yep.
And then the sleuth mom
played that call. Yep.
Right. And then all the drama started with the PI, and then people want to talk about it. And it's like, it's kind of like a catch-22. Like, it can be a good thing to where the name's still out there and the pictures are still out there, but it's like so much baggage comes with that. And it's fucking sad. I don't know. And there's so many, I hate that there's like just a lot of people that just kind of, I shouldn't say I hate it, but it's just, I wish that people wouldn't put so much trust in creators. Like, and that's what I was going to say, was that Laura, when they were doing all that shit on her panel with the videos and that guy that said he's part of this crew that finds like missing kids, she was like, okay, so these videos are what? What does this prove? Like, she kept saying that, like, this is the true crime community and this is not proof. Like, what is this? Because he kept saying like, oh, this proves everything. All these videos like just kept going on and on, repeating himself. And she's like, no, this doesn't prove anything. Literally nothing. Like, she might have crazy ideas about the case. You might think whatever about her, but at least she called him on that. Like, this is not proof here.
Yeah, I was actually kind of glad to finally see him somewhere where people were just kissing his ass. She was actually calling him out,
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, good egg. So he hasn't even been out there. He hasn't been boots on the ground. He's never touched foot on that desert. He's calling people like that Ellen Berg, and I don't know if you guys heard the phone call he was on with No Thanks and Ellen Berg, but he was like telling Dylan and Ellen, did you guys ever go check that property I told you to go look at? Did you guys ever go out there and take a look at it like I told you to? He's like calling people and being like, go look at this, go look at that, go do this, go do that.
Yeah.
So get your ass out there and go do it your damn self.
Right. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, he's just sitting at home, you know, spending hours and hours every single day on YouTube talking to people. And every single tip he gets or lead he gets, he's bringing it to someone's panel and wasting everybody's time with it.
He should stay out of missing person cases. He should stick with his cheating spouses and stuff like that. Like, he has no business in a missing persons case.
Oh my gosh, especially on YouTube and within the true crime community. Like, this is just, it's a mess. No, he's never been out there, Jeanette. He's never been out there. He's in Mississippi. Hello? Oh, did I lose my connection?
Yeah, here's the funky picture where they tried to. Am I still on here? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, hold on. It's like cutting out. I'll be right back.
Cappy, Allie, can you guys hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, but he claims to only work on one case at a time. Good egg. What's his next case? When is he going to move on? Someone needs to get him going on something else. I wish I could go out there. I wish I had time and money to go out there and help look.
Okay, I went and grabbed some pictures. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not.
I can hear you.
It's storming really bad here. But I'm going to put these up here real fast. This is the only one I had found of the article that I had found here. It says alleged stalker nabbed in Montello. Wow, listen to that damn thunder, you guys. It's okay. Don't be scared. A little chihuahua. She's like shaking in my lap, poor thing.
Aww.
Okay, it's all right. It's all right.
Oh, I got to go get CBD for my dogs, 4th of July.
So anyways, yeah, this is the only article that I had found about him in this so-called hostage situation that they were saying that he had these 3 women hostage.
Yep, that's the only article I found.
That is him. That is him in 2014.
Troy Wadsworth.
Yeah, see it at the bottom?
Yep.
That's him in 2014. But then if you look at this, the picture that everybody's sharing around, which is what this one here, looks like 2 totally different people.
Looks like Wild Bill.
Yeah. And here is this is old, I want to say old Jimmy Cohn.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
We're nicknaming him Inspector Gag. We're naming him Inspector Gag.
Right.
Oh gosh.
She needs to send him a assistant deceased.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
And then here's this one. Is this a nephew or the son or what? Who is this one?
Okay, I haven't looked too much into how he's related, but he's the one that Ellen and Dylan Berg kept telling them, why don't you look into Aaron? Why don't you look into Aaron? So this guy has a rap sheet a mile long. He's into drug trafficking. He's facing federal charges.
He
was
there is a tweaker.
Oh yeah, he was arrested like twice in 1 week for drug trafficking. He's into like meth, fentanyl, pills.
Oh, wow.
All kinds of stuff.
Heavy shit.
Yeah, he was just arrested like in February 2022, and he's facing federal charges.
Damn.
I feel like Ellen and her son, I felt like their reaction was kind of weird though. When they started, like, I don't know, like during the call on the panel and stuff, like, I don't know. It kind of red flagged me a little bit when they were talking about like the one guy, the one Wadsworth guy. I get them mixed up, but they were like, if you have anything to do with this, we'll stand by you. And I don't know. It felt kind of weird. I feel like they might know like something. I don't know.
I feel like they're scared. I feel like they talked a lot, and I feel like they're scared. I feel like they're trying to cover their ass now. So
I feel like they're all scared, but they're all getting on these calls with these creators like crazy fucking people.
Yep. But yeah, when they called Troy and had him on, no thanks, and I don't think he knew he was being played.
Definitely
on a YouTube
not.
channel.
Yeah,
he did not know, and I think that they're just totally trying to cover their ass right now.
It kind of reminds me of the Wells case in that way, where it's like, I'm going to separate myself from these people because they're bad people and I'm not. But yeah, I know them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's like a little bit of that in there. And it's just like, there's definitely like, I don't know. I definitely think there's something going on with the business maybe being a front. But like, again, like, how does that help anything?
You know what I mean? Like, I know there's like an association between Dylan and all these people, but I truly think the relationship that Dylan and Kurt had was totally a business working relationship. And although Kurt is related to all these other people who are into this terrible lifestyle of drugs and this and that, I don't think Dylan had anything to do with it. I think Dylan and Kurt just had a working relationship, and that was that.
Right. Me too.
I agree. I mean, Chase is looking more suspect to me than.
Yes.
I mean, Dylan found
they said
him.
that they cleared him.
He was bloody and beat. No, he has not been cleared.
Yeah.
Nobody's been cleared.
Okay, because when they said, "Oh yeah, they cleared him because he was caught on camera at a pizza place 300 miles away or something at one point in time," but nobody knows when Dylan actually went missing. So how can you say at one point in time, because he was 300 miles away? We know he was right next to Dylan at some point.
Yeah. I mean, 200 miles, I could do that in an hour and a half. So that means nothing to me.
Exactly. And that was 10 o'clock at night or something like that. So
right. And that was the same day. So that was the same day that Dylan made his last call to his grandma in the morning at like 6:50 a.m. And then Chase was caught on camera at a Little Caesars the same day, like around 10 p.m. in Ogden, Utah.
Okay, so there's a whole day there. We have from almost 7 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night where Dylan is unaccounted for. So it means nothing.
I think the kid, like, okay, in my head, this is what I think happened. I think that, like, the guy, the bloody guy Chase, right? Either he saw him and like he ended up giving a ride, like, because that's been confirmed, right? That the guy Chase, like, either felt that he knew too much about whatever he got into and why he was bloody, and you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it was I think it was like an incident where Dylan accidentally saw something he shouldn't have or heard something he shouldn't have, or something like that. Like, oh, if I tell you, like, you know what I mean? Like, have to kill you kind of thing. Like they killed him because they're scared or something. I don't know. Like, because I don't feel like, I don't know. Because even if he was part of this militia thing, why would they kill him over that? It doesn't make any sense.
I think the militia thing, from what Kurt explained last night, you know, I'm not taking everything Kurt says as gold. But he said that it was more of like a vigilante type of, like, they had like neighborhood watch, and they would watch out for each other's property, because there's a bunch of tweakers that live out there that are out there robbing people.
We have that in my neighborhood too, like where, you know, all of us neighbors like have a party once a year in the summer, and we all like get to know each other, and then we like kind of agree to all look out for each other. If we see something, we say something, kind of thing. Like we all have that too,
like neighborhood watch. But I'm sure, and I get it. Like out there in the desert where there's meth heads and shit like that. Like I'm sure that they, you know, because they probably have guns and stuff like that. I'm sure it's a kind of a weird and grimy kind of thing, but I feel like there's a little truth to everything, but like that part is so over exaggerated. You know what I mean? Like instead of like, because like they have to kind of police their neighborhoods, it seems like, because cops are so fucking far away, and I'm sure that it's not quite the same as your neighborhood, Allie Joe.
Oh, I'm sure it's very
Let's have a potluck. Oh my god. Anyway, so oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, NorCal. Okay. So Kurt, was that the phone call that Doug played last night with the guy that was real calm and sounded like pretty credible?
No, that's the other local that I was talking about that called in at the end of one of his lives that he did with his girlfriend or whatever.
Oh, okay. What was his name?
He was like going over the live he had with Jim, and then at the very end of that, this local called in, and he sounded pretty credible.
He did, and he sounded very calm, and not like, and it was very much like, I don't care what you think about the mom or dad, like this is horrible, like people should be not like, you know, he was basically kind of speaking out against, he was at the same time, he's like, Jim's doing a really good job keeping his name out there, but yeah, at the same time, like saying, hey, you know, like show some mercy for this mom. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say there's a better way to keep his name out there though than to be doing what the hell he's doing. Missing American Network said the family felt he was cleared as far as they had found him, and law enforcement would have to do the rest by investigating him. He was never cleared by LE. So she wanted to clear that up. And anybody's welcome to come up. You just click the link. You're welcome to come up and chat.
I have a question about
you guys, is it just my connection that sounds really, is it just my connection that sounds really crackly?
It might be me though.
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah, sounds fine to me.
I have a question.
Okay, I'm gonna jump down. I'll come back.
Okay. So I know that Chase called the mom and said, I was the guy that Dylan picked up. Was there any other verification besides Chase admitting it was him that connects Chase and this guy that Dylan picked up? Because I know Chase admitted that was him, but and that, I mean, why would you admit you were some bloody guy?
He did tell his mom. He did tell his mom about it. So, I mean, I think she confirmed that, yeah, you know, she did tell him about, you know, he did tell her about it. So when Chase called, I think she knew he was telling the truth because her son had already told her. She just didn't know that he gave him a ride.
Yeah. How would Chase know about? Yeah, that's true. So it's got to be him, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking anyways. I mean, you know, like I said, Dylan had called and told her about this man. And then when he called her, he was like, yeah, that's me. But, you know, he gave me a ride. And she's all, he didn't tell me he gave you a ride. You know, like,
and then she was like, yeah, but that's because he knew that I would have like chewed his ass out for giving some. Yeah, so that makes total sense. I can totally see that. I think my other question is, so it sounds like Chase's son worked for Dylan or worked with Dylan or whatever. So I'm wondering,
there were eyewitnesses that told the family he did give Chase a ride. So other people seen it as well.
So other people verified it. Okay. And then my other question is, so Chase's son worked with Dylan. So did Dylan know Chase? Like, although his son worked with him, that doesn't mean he knew. I mean, do you know everybody you work with's parents? Like, not necessarily, although it's a small area. Did he know Chase? And did he know that his name was Chase and he was a bad guy? Or did he not know him, even though his son worked with Dylan?
See, those are good questions, and I don't know. I don't know. I wish there was somebody from the family here to answer, because those are really good questions, or somebody that knows what's going on a little more.
So I still think Chase looks pretty sus.
And see, the last time anybody spoke with Dylan was May 28th.
Yes.
So they have him that he's missing the phone, the wallet, the pistol, and the key fob to the truck. All they have is the boots that they found with the blood speck, and those sat in the vehicle of the sheriff's department for a week before they were sent in to be tested.
Correct.
Other than that, he pulled his truck in the grain, like he pulled his seed, he backed it in. So they did see that, you know what I mean? And he looked at his truck as like a tool. So he knew it was going to rain. So when they came back and his truck was power washed, with his power washer from his, because he had water rights, I believe they knew something right then and there had happened, because why, you know what I mean? Why would the truck be power washed?
I grew up in the desert, and there is no way I would wash my car right before it's going to rain.
Exactly.
There's
no way.
Literally no way, because you're especially driving dirt roads all day, every day. And there's no way it could have rained hard enough for the rain to like clean that truck.
Right.
Because a lot of people are saying, well, it rained really, really hard. And I'm like, I wouldn't have cleaned that truck. No way.
I'm sorry, baby. Missing in America Network said he knew Chase, but he referred to him as some guy because mom did not know Chase.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
So I think it
Dylan
came
was
together.
Like, oh, I think,
I
saw
picked some
Chase,
guy up,
like,
and then when Chase called, he was like, I'm that guy. And, I'm that guy he picked up. You know what I mean? Like, that was, and she probably made the connection like, oh, okay, he said he picked up some guy. You're saying it's you. This is, you know what I mean? Plus there's eyewitnesses that seen it. So, okay, this makes more sense. But they did say that Chase was on camera. Okay, yes, exactly. So, yeah, they did say that Chase was on camera 200 miles away, though. That's why they said he has an alibi. He's actually picked up and in jail right now on a warrant that has nothing to do with Dylan missing. It's just previous warrants.
Correct.
So, at this point, he's just sitting in the jail. So, I don't know that they went and talked to him anymore. But I do think it's kind of odd that they raided, put the search or executed a search warrant, however you want to say it, on James. What is it? James Brenner. I always say it wrong. What is it?
Brennan.
Okay. And now the FBI comes out. Well, Candace said, in her interview with Nate, that the FBI had it went from a regular investigation, missing person investigation, to a criminal investigation. And the PI also said that they found items on a trail that belonged to Dylan, which also makes me wonder if it wasn't the phone, the wallet, the pistol, or the key fob that was missing.
He said that they found a bottle of soda and a watermelon too. But I'm like,
really?
That could have just been him, working out in the field and stopped to have a snack. Who knows?
Right.
I'm wondering if Missing in America Network would come. They seem to know a lot. I was wondering if they would be willing to come up. If not, that's okay. I know not like panels aren't for everybody. I totally get it. I was just curious.
Yeah, it would be nice if we had somebody that could, you know what I mean, conversate and give us a little more insight on facts. I don't want any kind of rumors or anybody to watch this stream and have any kind of, you know what I'm saying, or walk away with any kind of rumors that could, further damage this case.
Oh, did you guys see that one lady? Like, okay, so when she, I think, she called into Laura's, and she was saying, Like she was just rattling off and I think she thought she was being really helpful. She sounded kind of older, and she was saying that she found Dylan's sister's Instagram, and that she was openly gay and the parents were okay with it. And so on panel, Laura's guest, Tyler, I think his name is, was like, what's the name? And looked it up and was like, this is not his sister. You got to be really careful with what you're out saying.
Really vet your information. Yes.
Right? Because that would turn everything. And of course, immediately when JT heard that, the PI guy, he was like, what? Oh, fucking calm down.
You know what she said? I've never been on any, I've never spoke on any show. If you're comfortable, you just click the link and it'll bring you in, and then you can turn your camera off, and you do not have to be on camera if you don't want to, just like how we are. So if you would like to, and if you don't, it's okay. We completely understand. We made this channel because it was hard for some people to get up and speak on the bigger channels. So we, you know what I mean? This is our little small channel over here, and we love it. So we appreciate you either way, in the chat or up here, whatever works.
DJ.
Oh yeah. Speaking on,
we appreciate the facts. Hey DJ, woo!
What's up, DJ?
Listen, speaking on little channels, okay? If I hear this guy one more time talk about she's going to all these, the mom's going to all these little piece of shit channels, when she could go to Tyler's channel where he has 40,000 subs. Okay, the mom was on channels with millions of subscribers and hundreds of thousands. Right.
Ron and Zab Girl.
Just because she's not being picky, and she's going to every channel that'll have her, and I understand that. Why wouldn't she?
I would too if it would.
That'll have her, and that will respect her.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Hey, Nina and Savvy Sav.
What's up, Savvy Sav?
Girl,
there's so many attention seekers out here. Yes, there is. There really is. And that's why I say with this PI, he really seems like he is a big attention seeker. And he's just making shit up as he goes. And I feel like it's for shock. It's shock value. He's doing this, you know what I mean? To shock people.
Yeah, I guess he was on Storage Wars too. I was playing, I think it was Laura's. I can't remember what Doug's or Laura's live. And my husband was like, who the hell is that guy yelling? Turn it down. That's so annoying. And I'm like, oh, and I gave him a little bit of a backstory of the PI and the whole thing. And he's just like, oh, God.
Cappy, send me that clip.
Well, I mean, it was just him. It was him going on and on about his football thing. And my husband's like, who is that? And I was like, yeah, it's this guy. He's like, is he joking about being a football player, or is he a football player? I'm like, no, he's a football player. He's a kicker in arena football. And it's like, oh God. It's so funny. He was so annoyed.
Yeah, I want to see the clip of him on Storage Wars. Because I felt like I've seen him before, and I used to watch that show. And I was like, maybe that's where I feel like I've seen him before.
I used to love that show, and I guess he was on the first 2 seasons. I guess his brother is a producer and lives in LA, and he told such a cringe story about him and his brother. Yeah, I was gonna be go with my brother to this audition. He wanted to be in some movie, and immediately, all the casting people were like, oh, we need him. Oh my God, he's so great. He's perfect for the part. And I didn't even need to audition for anything. And come to find out, because, the story took place back in the 1800s, and I was the only one in line for casting that didn't have any tattoos. They wanted me big time. My brother was so jealous, and it's like, oh, I can't with this.
Super cringe.
Oh, he's so full of himself. But I was kind of happy to Doug's kind of clowns on him for that. Because as soon as someone calls in, it's like, where are you from? I'm like, oh, Chicago. Oh yeah, Chicago. Blah, 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 Chicago Cubs. Blah, 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 blah. I played there one time, and I played for them for a year. How many teams has he been on? Like 20?
Yeah, and Doug's like, shut up about your football career. This is about Dylan.
It was fucking hilarious because he kind of meant it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Ugh, so cringe.
Yeah, I hope they do a press conference though soon and give us updates. Like, with Summer Wells' case, it was with the West Boys case. They said they would do a press conference and they would be like, we served 50 search warrants. We talked to 200 witnesses. We followed up on this many leads. We've done this amount of searches. Like, I want to see what their progress is.
Someone in the chat, oh yeah, Mom in the chat said that the PI reminds them of Ernie Shell.
What were people saying in the beginning if JLR and Ernie had a baby or something like that?
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, and they don't really have like a local sheriff's department. I think what Ellen was saying is that they have like a fire department and EMS. But then when they call for help from the cops, it takes them like an hour to get out there.
Like, no, they don't have a fire department. Remember, she was saying, I remember that because she said it's hard for some people to get like fire insurance on their houses because of it. It's a volunteer.
Yeah, and it's a volunteer fire department. That's right. So they're already super limited with resources out there.
Right.
Locally. And I think that's why there's a lot of fuck shit going on out in that desert.
For sure. I still haven't found out if it's true that 74 out of 200 people are SOs. I want to go look that up.
Well, yeah, you should, because I actually heard there was like 75 people out there and like 50 of them were RSOs. So yeah, check that out real fast and see what that is. You know what I mean?
Oh, Tevi says her dad used to live out there.
Oh, really? You want to come up and tell us about it?
Yeah,
kind of want to know what that.
Yay, thank you, Nina. Woo, woo,
woo. That's right.
Yay, Nina.
New member. Woo-hoo.
Thank you, Nina. Hey, good egg. Yeah, no, I was looking into it, and it is an actual ghost town. There's a lot of ghost towns out there in the desert between California and Nevada, New Mexico, and Arizona, like old mining towns. So it was like, I was looking into it, and like 15 years ago, it was literally like population 1. And in the last like 15-ish years, more people have moved there, but it's still like nothing.
Was he talking about Montello has a population of 200 and 74 of the 200 people are RSOs?
I believe so. Yeah, because Lucin is less than that, I think.
Yeah, so I think he was talking about Montello, Nevada.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Good egg population in Lucin is like just a couple people. But I think that he's talking about Montello, yeah. I keep saying Monticello like an idiot.
I keep forgetting the name Montello.
It
comes up in my brain like, I don't know, mellow for some reason.
Yes.
Aw, Tevi, I'm sorry about your daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you, good egg. If I try to look it up because I'm on my phone, I'll get kicked out.
Listen, Tevi, the desert is so creepy, and I have such a fascination to it. Like, I mean, and I was just talking to Paige about this the other day. Like even on the way from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, which is like a 4.5 hour drive. And
I was going to tell her to come up because she lives out that way. So I was going to tell her to come up. I didn't know she was busy. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
She's actually way south because Vegas is at the bottom of Nevada and there, Montello or Monticello or whatever the fuck is way at the top of Nevada. So she's really far from it, but she's familiar with the desert and shit. And like,
well, I was gonna say, but the living, like the conditions are about the same,
right?
Though. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
I mean,
they are like, and it's so people die out there all the fucking time. I mean, and it's so weird. It's like worse than the forest. It even like there's no trees and shit. You'd think that people would be easy to find, but they're not. And people just disappear in plain sight out there in the desert. I'm serious. And it's scary, but it also is very fascinating to me. And I don't know if I could live out there. Like there's all kinds of ghost towns out in the desert that fucking no one knows about. Abandoned trailers out in the middle of nowhere that don't even have like roads going to them. Like
there's like you know, outlawed communities, and what's that one we want to go visit? Slab City.
Slab City, girl. That's like southeast California, right on the Arizona border and Mexico border. And yeah, it's pretty crazy down there.
I grew up in the desert and I don't miss it. I'll just say that.
I mean, I'm from the coastal desert. It's not really the same, but it fuck, man. Some harsh weather, that's for sure.
Crime Time. I don't know if he's been arrested yet. I've only seen the warrant. Have you girls heard if James has been arrested? I know there's a warrant for him, but I haven't heard if he's been arrested.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Mom, we kind of cover anything here. We just chat about whatever.
There's a lot of nothingness.
She asked if we were a true crime channel. So we kind of just talk about whatever. She said, "Are you a crime channel?" We just talk about whatever kind of. I mean, we just cover really anything.
Oh, Tonopah is where they have the Clown Motel, and it's right next to a graveyard, and the Mezpa Hotel.
Oh wait, Tonopah, Arizona, not Tonopah, Nevada.
Oh, is there two different ones?
Yeah, I guess so.
There is.
The one in Nevada is the Clown Motel one, I think.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was two different Tonopahs.
I didn't know that either. Is it on the state line or something? Maybe.
I know Tonopah's like the portal to Area 51, isn't it?
I can't remember. Hold on, let me look it up.
Montello, population was 50 in 2018. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. I thought I heard there was only like 57 people that lived out there or something.
I was going to say, somebody said there was like 76 people and like 53 of them were registered. I'm like, what?
Well, and that's when we were like, good, send them all to their own little island out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, that's exactly. Yep, we remember that conversation.
Yep. Oh, okay. Getting some geographical education today as well.
Okay, yeah, the two Tonopahs are 7 hours apart. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, I guess there's one right outside of Phoenix.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was seeing that as an unincorporated community. So, yeah, I've always wanted to go to that Clown Motel, though. It's got a graveyard like across the street and shit. You been there?
Yeah, I've been there.
Did you stay the night?
Heck no.
Why not?
No, but I definitely stopped, went in, checked out the graveyard. We went over to Mezpa.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
See, not much, but I don't do haunted houses or I don't mess around in graveyards. Nope.
Bitch.
I'm weird. I'm into that stuff.
I'm so into that stuff. Hell yeah.
I love it.
I hate fakers too. Like a lot of these ghost hunting shows are such fakers. Like I want to hear the real stuff. Hate when people be faking shit. Makes me so mad.
Well, and you know, people like, I think they say people go missing like in the desert like they do in the forest, you know, or like, you know what I'm saying, when they go hunting or hiking or something, you know how it's like missing.
Yes.
Well, they still haven't found Aiden Clune, who took off out in the desert, you know?
Well, yeah, and they said, okay, so from my understanding, his mom said his could be like mental health related.
Yeah, but he might be out there still wandering, or the other thing.
Yeah, that's a sad story.
It really is. It really, really is. That's one of the rabbit holes I fall down often, though, is abandoned in the Mojave, like abandoned structures in the Mojave, or abandoned like ghost towns in the Mojave. Like, I mean, like, because that's the desert that's closest to me, you know. But fucking scary place, man.
Yeah, and there's a lot of fun stuff to search out in the desert.
Well, and that's the thing. Okay, so we're talking about the military thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the desert out here in the West has military testing going on and stuff. And like the last time I went to Vegas, we're on our way home, and the 15 goes through the middle of the Mojave Desert with nothing.
Yes.
Nothing. Like, you better go to the bathroom in Barstow or you're going to be screwed.
Right.
You know, like, and it's like, you know, you're most likely going to have to stop in Baker, which is 45 minutes out from Vegas. So you're pretty much traveling, most of your distance is nothing. And it's scary. It's fucking scary. And I remember on our way home, it was in the middle of the day and it was in July. It was 115 goddamn degrees. Yeah. And I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know if the military tank had to cross the 15 or something, but traffic came to gridlock stop and everybody's cars were overheating. And like, what the fuck were we all going to do? Like, nothing. People were pissing on the side of the road. Like, it was fucking insane. And I thought about it. I'm like, well, what if these cars don't start back up? We're going to have to wait forever to get to, like, we don't have water in the car. We could be hurt. Like, we could literally like dehydrate and be fucked up. Plus we were hungover as fuck too. And like, I was already dehydrated. Like, I was.
Did you ever take that Zisk exit? The
Zizix Road? No, but I watched. Listen, I always thought that was the most mysterious little road. Like, right before you get to Vegas, Zizix Road. And it's like ZZY
ZZX
something.
K.
Anyways, did you know that there's an abandoned day spa down there?
Yes. Yep.
Bitch,
an abandoned theme park out there somewhere too, I think.
Yes. Okay, so
or like a water park or something like that.
It's like a whole like hot spring thing. And I didn't know, like, all these years that was down there until like YouTube came around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I was so fascinated with that.
It's like Boron has the world's biggest thermometer.
Baker.
Oh, is that Baker?
Yeah, Baker.
And there's a prison out there too.
Yes, there's a prison once you hit Nevada state line, like right after state line, the city. There's a prison out there to the side of the 15. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Part of me like likes that road trip, but another part of me is just like, fuck this. Let's get on a plane and like be there in 45 minutes. But I haven't flown in a long time though, so I don't know. It's fucking scary. That's all I got to say. The desert is fucking scary.
I don't know. I'm nervous around like abandoned parks and shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, you guys go ahead. I'll just stay right here and wait for you. You guys go ahead and go on in.
The only thing that scares me out there is rattlesnakes and scorpions.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. I mean, we got those out here though, but like they run more rampant out. You know, like I mean.
Okay. Cappy, good egg. Did you see this? There are 5 registered as RSOs in Montello, which does seem kind of high here for the population, but not 50 out of 75. So there's actually 5. He said there was 50.
Oh my God.
5.
So there's another lie that we've debunked. Jesus.
Like, that's fucking insane. And he changes the numbers too, because the other night it was 75 out of 200. Like, okay, buddy. What is the population you said, Good Egg, of? It was 200, right? So 5 out of 200?
No, I think it's 75.
She said it a minute ago. Hold on a second here.
50 in 2018.
Which is, it's a, it's a good, 1 is too many. But that is not even close.
That's like that's it. Okay, yeah. Wikipedia says 50 in 2018. That's like incredibly small. You know what I mean? So 5 out of the 50.
He's such an idiot.
We still just need to start shipping them all to their own island.
For sure. No, and you know what? What another thing he said was that the registered SO that he was talking to on the phone was attracted to Dylan. He said that on Tyler's panel. I know he did.
And yes, he did.
Then when he gets him on the phone on Doug's, he's like, and Doug was like, "So were you attracted to him?" No, I wasn't. Like that, he lives in a whole different state. He made it sound like this guy had some kind of interaction and was like interested in him, but shy about it or something weird. Like he
thought he was cute, and that's why he started looking into the case. And then he found pictures of him at the Women's March.
Yes, there you go.
And he checked his genealogy and found out he's related to the Rounds. But then he got on the live and was like, "Oh no! I found that was wrong. It's a different Rounds family."
Oh, for fuck's sakes! I swear to God. And then, what was the other thing that bothered me last night? Oh, he really likes to go on this whole, what kind of a mother would let their kid go out to the desert with all these sex offenders and, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. All these people, bad people, blah, 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 right? Then, last night says, he corrects somebody on something and says, no, the parents didn't want him going out there. The grandparents did all this behind his back. Behind the parents' back, and the dad is mad at the grandpa and blah 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 blah. Wait a minute, motherfucker!
No.
Didn't you say that she's a horrible mom for letting her kid go out there?
He can't keep his story straight. He can't keep names straight.
Like I said, he's 19. I mean, she wants him to thrive, and he was really happy going out there. That was what he wanted to do.
Right.
I think Dylan relied on his grandparents a lot, and I think his grandparents gave him their blessing.
Right.
And Grandpa went and partnered with him after he worked his little butt off and saved up a bunch of money. Him and his grandpa were able to go in together and buy this property.
Right.
And I guess, I don't know what the relationship is between mom and dad, but somehow they agreed to let him quit going to school at 16 and start working.
Right.
And that's not a normal. I did that. I quit school when I was 16 because the school I was going, I got moved to a different high school, and it was a really bad school. And I told my dad, I said, I'm not going to the school. And he said, well, then sign up for homeschool and get a job. And I said, all right, deal.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of things he says like don't fit his original agenda, like that, for example. And then there was something else. Hold on, let me think. Forget what it was. It just escaped my mind. Oh, the whole he puts it out there like this kid is this trifling little motherfucker who's out here causing all this shit. But then when he wants to say that the mom's a bad mom, why would you let your innocent Mormon son go out there? The desert probably ate him alive. It's just like, what? Wait, I thought he was this trifling motherfucker. Like, what is it? You can't have it both ways.
I haven't heard one person say one bad thing about Dylan besides Jim,
the
PI. The PI is the only person I've heard anybody talk bad about him.
It's so inappropriate and so disgusting. And even if, in a case, you find out some things that are not so good about a person that's missing or a family of the missing person, there's a way to handle that. There is a way to handle that. And that way is not to go on panels screaming and yelling about how this woman exposed your clients. Since when are those women his clients? And he was only upset because he didn't get to put it out there himself. Let's keep it real. He's not trying to protect anybody.
Yeah,
regarding
I still think that story about the 3 women being kidnapped is fake. So where did those 3 clients come from?
Well, okay, so we can't find it anywhere on paper, right?
Right.
The one alpaca farmer guy, that's what the guy who sounds credible, he had said something about like most people locally know about it. He didn't say anything about an arrest and so far paperwork on that incident has not been produced. So
yeah,
I
can't
know.
find anything about it. It's just hearsay right now until I see proof.
Yeah, and I wish more people would, be like that, And yeah, these callers calling in, it's just kind of weird. I was listening to you guys talking about that earlier. Like, what in the hell? Like, these random people we've never seen or heard of. It's like, oh my God, you're out here doing so good.
And they always come at random. They always come in at like the most random times ever. I mean, or when he's like, okay, so last night when he kept calling Lauren, I was cracking up. Like, she told us that stop doing that shit. And
that shit was funny, bitch.
I like your name. To be Lauren. And I was thinking, well, we don't call you Jack, even though your name's Jimmy. Jimmy Comp. We don't call you Jackie or Jack because we like that name better. You know what I mean?
I like your name to be Lauren.
I'm like, no. See, I was gonna have him come over here, but I don't think our chat could even handle that. I don't think we could be nice, and it would just turn into a shit show. So I'm like, never mind.
Yeah. I don't know about all that.
We stick up for Candace over here.
And then, like,
we stick up for Candace over here. You might not like us because we're gonna call you on your bullshit for sure.
You know what was funny, bitch? When Sleuth Mom was on Laura's panel, and she's like, every time he talks, she's like, shut the fuck up! No, you stop talking. Shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's been dealing with this shit for all this whole time. You know what I mean?
That shit was fucking funny, dude.
And he's all trying to pay people $500 to dox her. Like, are you serious right now? You cannot be fucking serious. Then he's like, I got $1,200. I got $1,200 right now to come speak to me, Kurt Wadsworth. And
oh my fucking God.
I'm like, but you're on here, but hold on. You guys are on here e-begging for PayPals right now for Jimmy.
Right.
Are you serious? Like, this is not real life. And now he's like, I'm not going to make a YouTube account. But then last night, he got a YouTube, made him and Doug are doing a YouTube together. God. I'm like, it's ridiculous.
This will end well, I'm sure.
Look, Missing in America said, you guys are really making me laugh because it's like sitting at the bar talking to my best friends. Hey, that's what it's about. Round table talk. We're just over here chilling. And it's 11:11 where I'm at. Make a wish, y'all.
I always make a wish at 9/11 because of you.
Oh, it's 9/11 here.
But yeah, like she's like, shut the fuck up. And then she's like naming some of the people he's went after. And like, I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then she said, look what he did to Bullhorn Betty. I'm like, nope. She's got that coming. I'm sorry. He's like
that's right. Bitch. Cheers. Pour him if you got him. Smoke him if you got him, baby. Light him up.
Bitch, fucking, he's the male version of Bullhorn Betty. They need, like, he's literally heels on the ground type material. Like that's him. That's her. Yeah. They belong together.
Has he been on her panel?
I guess he went after her. I guess she said something about him because, now she's turning this new leaf and doxing's horrible and she's never done such horrible things. And, she's going to put together a pressure campaign that everybody write letters, physical letters, not emails, to YouTube to take care of these damn bulliers and harassers. And, that's what she's going to do.
Okay. I don't watch her at all, so I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay, buddy. That's exactly what I was thinking yesterday. Jesus Christ, I watched her. It's like, oh, for the love of God, this woman, I cannot.
Did you guys hear about that YouTuber that got beat
I
up?
just hope that Ernest Shelly boy don't try to get involved in this case. It would be awful to have him lost in the desert, running down the desert.
Oh my fucking God, bitch! Can you imagine it? Oh my God!
Please help me, help me, Chester, help me.
Jesus Christ!
It'd be terrible for him. He'd have a
Please
horrible
help
time
me,
out there.
Facebook. Help me, highway. Hot
Running
dog.
down the interstate. I could probably say he was involved pretty much right away, I think.
Look, Allie just said cleats on the ground because he's a football player. Sorry, I don't have to speak a joke. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny. That's funny.
That's perfect.
We need a clip channel.
Yeah, but that guy Doug Live, he was sitting in his driveway, and this other YouTuber, I guess they both covered Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie case, and so this one YouTuber, I forget what his channel name is, had took an issue with something Doug Live had done, and he'd been going at him on YouTube. Well, he fucking went to his house and confronted him in his car. Yeah, and beat him up or tried to grab his phone or something. And I guess Doug had a heart attack and was in critical condition. I guess he woke up yesterday or the day before though, and he's gonna be okay, I guess. But still, like, what in the fuck? What's wrong with you people?
Yeah, that I did see something about that. What did they call him?
Doug Live.
Doug Live, that's what it was. So he rides around and does like live videos of the police arresting people, right?
I think he might be. Yeah,
he drives around and listens to a scanner and
First Amendment auditor kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was gonna say something like that. I don't know what he does, but he drives around doing other stuff. But it was like another guy that he's got beef with. I guess they've been fighting or something and ran into each other. I don't know that he necessarily got attacked. I didn't watch it though. I think they just fought with each other. I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, the guy got arrested.
Yeah,
oh, did he?
He like beat the shit out of him.
Oh no! See,
yeah.
I thought they just had like a fun, like you know how like you pull up at the store, gas station, and you have like an argument or a little tussle. I just thought it was something like that.
No, I guess it was really bad.
Damn, B.
It was Stern Squad is the name. Stern
Squad, huh?
He's the one who got arrested. Yeah.
I never even heard of that I guess I've really never heard. I mean, I've heard of Doug Live once before, but never he's not somebody I really watched all the time, so I have no idea who Stern is either. You know what I mean?
Right. I think it was Stern Squad. Wait a minute. I might be wrong. Take that back. Hold on.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Stern Squad.
It's like he has like a family channel or some shit.
Hold on. Outside the box said they had to perform CPR. Damn.
Yeah,
he really did. He wasn't
they
to him, huh?
It wasn't breathing.
Like see, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's foul as hell for him to do some shit like that. Come on now.
That's like that going back to like YouTube real life shit, like what the fuck?
What the hell? What the hell? That's one of them moments. What the hell?
What the hell?
What in the hell? People are crazy.
So what's going on tonight, Queen? Are you going on another channel tonight? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
I think that she's doing something. So what's going on?
There's that guy that came over here the other day. I feel so bad I can't remember his name. He's from another true crime channel.
Okay.
And he asked Queen if she would join his live on Friday night. And
cool.
Go over the Dylan Round stuff.
Oh, that sounds good. I want to. Yeah, I'll be there. No, I haven't had Messenger on my phone, so I haven't caught up.
But he said Friday morning. I don't know if he's even live. I went and checked this morning, and he wasn't on there, and there was nothing scheduled, so I didn't want to be rude. That's the only reason why I did my live today, because I didn't see his. I don't know if he even has time or whatever. You know what I mean? I think he made a video. Actually, let me go look. I think he made a video about it.
What's this channel name?
He wanted to get facts out there. And just like solely stick to the facts. He does a lot of Summer Wells stuff too. He's another one that called out that Ziggy Valero when she was up there lying on the family too. Remember?
Oh, okay. What's his name?
John Davis, True Crime. I think that's what it's called. Or John Davis, maybe. I don't know. I think it's John Davis or John David.
Oh,
True Crime.
Yeah. I'm subscribed to him. Okay.
Yeah, him and his wife. His wife is beautiful. They get along very well. They have a really good show. So I think like I said, he wanted to stick to facts, and I think he just made a short video about it for now. Because there's really not a lot of information out there other than what the PI is putting out. And I appreciate him not repeating it and putting more misinformation out there. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. That's why I'm really digging my heels into this case, because I want to find out the facts and I want to debunk the rumors.
Yes, for sure. And Crime Time said that's why I'm always saying watch who you with. You never know who will show up at your house. And I'm not saying Dave Live or Doug Live did anything wrong. I'm just saying in general. Exactly. You don't know who's behind these screens. You have to be careful who you fuck with. I've said that from day one.
Yeah, that's why him trying to dox Sleuth Mom and stuff like that, and you have thousands of people trying to find out who she is and all that. It's like, what are you going to do with that information? It's just a threat.
So what are you going to do?
Intimidation. It's intimidation tactic. You know, like what's the whole point of doxing? But then you never know if you get some like crazy motherfucker that's going to show up at your house, you know, and people making CPS calls and all that crap. It's like, what the hell? Just crazy.
Yeah. And this whole like, oh, if you don't show your face and let your identity out there, you shouldn't be able to say anything. Fuck off.
Yeah, he says that's another thing. He's like, why should you get a bad mouth me behind a screen without your face? That you don't have to show your face. It's not a requirement. And why should you get to sit there and bad mouth Dylan's mother because she doesn't want to work with you?
Right. This motherfucker's like trying to say like his attorney wants to talk to Sleuth Mom. Well, that's not how this shit works. You must be new here, okay? That's your attorney. You can seek out her information privately. You don't need to put that shit on blast or have it provided to you publicly or put it out publicly to fucking have your attorney contact her, motherfucker. And like you could tell, like Laura was like, "Oh, how long have you been on YouTube?" She's like, "Since September." I was like, "Oh fuck, she's kind of new, dude. Like to this somewhat, you know."
Yeah, she's still really new, and that's sad that he's doing that to her. Are you up here, Murray?
Yeah, because none of you guys are paying attention. I've tagged all three of you.
Yeah, I did. I went and looked in the tab, but I didn't get a chance to read it. I couldn't. I was trying to read it, but I couldn't.
It's the report, the police report and stuff on that assault. The guy only shoved him or hit him once. Like he didn't beat the pulp. Didn't beat him to a pulp. It was simply like one. I don't remember if it was if he hit him or if he shoved him. But he grabbed him when he was in his vehicle, and then they got out and nose to nose each other. And his girlfriend and her daughter separated them, and then he fell out. Like the guy touched him once. Yeah, he didn't beat him to death.
With the facts.
But it was like bullshit anyway. You know, it doesn't matter because the guy stalked him for like 9 months.
Yeah. Those are the charges too. He got stalking charges or some shit.
He should have, but he admitted to that. You know, he told the cops he did it. Yeah, he told him he'd been stalking him.
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
Well, see how rumors get started. I've been hearing that he got beat up.
Well, I told somebody yesterday it wasn't another YouTuber, so I mean, hey.
No, and one YouTuber was going around saying that he passed away too. Like, it's the whole fucking whole game of telephone kind of shit.
Yeah, it was just a mess. But I seen Ziggy had that posted on her community tab a little bit ago, so I grabbed it.
Okay, cool. I don't have my Messenger open, and that's why I haven't been in the DM too much, because I haven't had Messenger on my fucking stupid phone. So it's all through the laptop, so I'm like hardly ever getting in there. But stupid phone is what it is, and stupid Messenger too.
It's all stupid. Facebook's stupid right now. Facebook can fuck off.
Yeah, Facebook can fuck off. Facebook can fuck off, and so can my stupid phone, and some of these YouTubers and people. Yeah, they can fuck off.
You have a whole list.
I do. All right, I'm gonna jump down, girl. I love you, Queen. I'll talk to you a little bit here. I'll be in the chat though.
All right.
Bye,
I love
Cappy.
you guys. Thanks for coming
Bye,
up.
ladies. Love y'all. Bye.
Love ya. Sweet D, I'm sorry. I'm sending you prayers.
I know that's sad. I just seen that. I'm sorry, Sweet D. Cappy been needing a new phone for 2 years. I know, right? The convo was about Dylan Rounds, and we're just talking about whatever now. We're in the Doug Live, but okay, bye. Have a good day. She uninstalls it when she has to do videos or clear out space in her phone. She'll uninstall it, and then she'll put it back on there. They're like, what's wrong with Cappy's Messenger?
Cappy's phone's from 1982.
Right. Did Natasha get her channel back up and going again? I seen that it was deleted. Did she get that back up and going, or?
I have no idea. I stay away from that corner.
Girl, I kind of missed out on what was going on the other night with Jody Sue. Shit's been going on for like 2 days now, and Jody Sue.
She's a dirty lying bitch. Sorry.
Yeah, I heard what she said, and that was nasty shit she said about them kids.
And all the shit that all the shit she's saying about Andy is the shit that she had her fucking tantrum and meltdown on Doug's panel over, adamantly denying all of it. He's not that kind of a monster, and blah, 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 blah. YouTube sucks, and all you people are horrible. You're going to get me and my kids killed, kids, blah, 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 blah. Bitch.
Yeah, I don't really follow her or listen to her, but what I heard replayed of what she said yesterday, I was sick to my stomach. That was
when she said
broke my heart.
That Andy, when she said Andy was giving Dawn and Candace medication to put the kids out so they could be SA'd, I wanted to smack the shit right out of her.
You didn't hear when she said that the oldest boy was doing it too.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
And you didn't hear where she never would confirm that she went to authorities with this information that she's been sitting on for over a year.
Yeah.
When asked if she turned in this information, all she would say was, "Oh, well, they know. I'm sure they know. They're the feds. They know." But she wouldn't say that she went to them with it. She would not. She didn't fucking turn it in. So she's either fucking lying or she's part of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why is she now coming out with this a year later?
Because she was mad he was on Piper's panel.
And that's a bunch of bullshit too.
I mean, honestly, I think that it's lies. I think she's just trying to get back at Andy. I honestly think it's all bullshit. But for those words to even come out of her mouth, it's just disgusting.
Okay, and I can understand her being mad at Andy, but to put them babies out there like that and them kids out there like that and put SA on them on Summer when she's not even, she's missing too. What is
contradicts everything that she's been saying for the last year.
Right.
Yep.
Now, if what she's saying is true now, if this is the truth, then she needs charges just along with the rest of them. Because it's obvious that she was far more involved with the family than she pretends to be, because she knows absolutely fucking everything about everyone. So she was all up in their business. So you obviously didn't do anything about it.
You remember in the beginning, wasn't she saying that she didn't have any relationship with Dawn and Candace? They were just neighbors.
Yep.
That she
exactly. Crime time.
Talked to them,
she won't answer anything.
Passing. Or something like that,
remember back, she's always said that, when Summer was a baby, or when one of them was a baby, Candace was putting liquor in their sippy cup. Well, now all of a sudden, Candace was putting liquor in their sippy cup for her to drink, for Candace to drink, not one of the kids. When all along it's been one of the kids. One of the kids, she was giving them liquor.
She's got to have issues. It takes everything I have to pay attention to, listen to what she says, because shit takes so long. And at first I was like, damn, what the hell's going on? I would, joke around. Then somebody was like, oh, well, she had cancer and her neck had been, she had surgery and that's why. And I'm like, what the hell?
No, because when she's high, she talks just fine.
Then I felt super bad. I'm like, oh, hell to the no, you know what I mean? With all the cancer and stuff in my family, I'm like, oh no, I can't, I can't even speak on that. But then, you said, you guys said, when she's high, she's fine. She speaks just fine. There's only it's hard to.
You can tell. Well, you can tell what she's doing. You can tell when she's on one.
I feel bad for saying that when you know what I'm saying, when you notice the difference. And for her to say the shit she said about those kids made me sick. I have no respect for her. None.
Yep. And she keeps saying that we are putting her and her children in danger. No, we are not. You and your bullshit like this is what's going to get your ass beat. Nobody's going after your kids. That's going to get your ass beat. Somebody's going to thump you, and you deserve it. She was served with a cease and desist letter the other day. Nobody seems to know who it was from.
And she keeps saying, she keeps saying that her words were twisted. It's like, no, you said what you said. There's no untwisting that.
Yeah, no, and you can't ask her questions, because if you ask her questions on her panel, then she just says a bunch of derogatory shit to you and blocks you. If you ask questions on Tiffany or AB's panel, they say a bunch of derogatory shit to you, block you, and so does their chat. Nobody question her. You don't, if you're dying and your health is so bad, you don't miss doctor's appointments.
I thought Chasing went up on Tiff's panel though, and they were talking to her, and I thought stuff went sideways with Jody, but I didn't know if I misunderstood, or I didn't get a chance to go back and watch. So like I said,
Tiffany's still covering her ass and straight licking her butthole.
But see, I didn't think I don't know. I didn't think they were friends like that. I thought it was just YouTube thing. I don't know. Like I said, I could be wrong, so I don't know.
I don't know. Tiffany has straight went for people's jugular for far less than the shit Jody said the other night, or anything that Jody's done over this last year. I've seen Tiffany go after people for far less. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. We don't really agree on stuff, but I still like her. I still like her. You know what I'm saying? I try not to because I know.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? She doesn't agree with me, and sometimes I don't agree with her. But I still.
None of us ever agree on anything completely.
Right,
and
right. Well, yeah, we disagree on shit too sometimes. I mean, that's
and
it is.
Yeah, me and Murray debate all the time.
Right.
That's what we do, you know. But we're adults and we know how to do that properly. You know, Jody straight attacked Chasing yesterday. Called her trash.
What?
Said she, yeah. No, Chasing did, or Jody did on Tiffany's panel.
What the hell?
Oh my!
Called Chasing trash. Said that Chasing was only in it for the money. All she cared about was in super chats. While this bitch has her fucking PayPal and shit pinned to her fucking stuff. Pinned to it.
I was gonna say her shit's always pinned
She
up,
keeps,
so I don't know how she
keeps bitching about how people made all this money on Summer's Day, made all this money on that baby's back. While that bitch steady for 15 fucking hours sat on a live stream saying nothing with her PayPal pinned to the top. Shut the fuck up.
See, now I like Tiffany. I'm hoping that she was just in shock and like she's still trying to absorb everything.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Says Tiffany hadn't seen the whole live stream either. We are trying to get it to her. She said she will watch it to see the whole picture. For the record, I usually am not a TM supporter, but JSB is a monster.
Yeah, you know. Now tell me, if somebody else had made a video, and while Tiffany was going through it, because there's a lot of stuff that needed to be talked about, and they straight told Tiffany stick it in her ass and privated that video, so she couldn't watch it. What would Tiffany do?
Jody did?
Yes, she did.
Oh, hell to the no. I bet Tiffany was fucking pissed.
No. She's still. Nobody attacked Jody. And still trying to fucking spin it to where Jody's not who Jody is.
Why Jody thought she was going to be, why she thought she was okay saying that. Why the fuck did you feel it was okay to say that at all, period? That's wrong as hell.
Because her pit bulls have covered her ass for the last year.
Well,
because nobody stood up to Jody.
She needs to explain herself on that one, because that one's not good. That's not fucking cool at all. At all.
How was Tiffany acting when Jody was up there trashing Chasing?
Well, she was reprimanding her with kitty gloves. Chasing showed a lot of restraint yesterday. Because
I was just going to say, did Chasing check her though, or what? Did she? I mean, because
Chasing checked her, but Chasing was respectful about it. Chasing was very respectful about it. I would have been my sailor self.
Yeah, I was going to say, my mouth is so bad sometimes. I try to work on it.
Yeah, I was screaming at my phone as it was happening.
I got to go back and listen to it.
Yeah,
you can probably hear me screaming at my phone.
I didn't get to see hardly any of it at all. Then I woke up this morning and seen that Nicolina was on the phone with the damn police department. Fucking Ernie done called in fucking bomb threats on her. I'm like, are you serious? Yes, called in fucking terroristic threats for a job and shit. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This man is wild. He's off the damn chain.
Oh, but there'll be all kinds of excuses as to why he's the victim and they're the bullies. That what he did will be irrelevant.
Oh, hell to the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no.
Actually, for the first time in a long time, I took like a 4-hour break from YouTube. No longer than that. I didn't get on YouTube at all from like 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon until this morning. And
it's already wild. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, I missed a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, I did. I missed a whole lot of shit too. That's why I said I'm kind of like, I'm so far behind. Then I woke up this morning and heard that, and I'm like, oh my God, like this man does not stop. What in the hell?
I took a break too yesterday, and I came home and it was like all hell broke loose.
Oh my shit. Ernie has a bullhorn on a live stream right now, and they're planning a mail campaign.
Girl. Why does he do this?
Skilo. Oh my God. I don't understand how all these people have made it into their mid fucking 40s. I don't understand it, because you can't say people are bullying you when you go to them. When you approach them, when you contact them, when you do shit to them, and then they react, it's not fucking bullying.
Preach, sister.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I don't understand it.
Hey, Tyler. Hey, girl. Hey.
Why are you throwing tomatoes?
Yeah, who's throwing tomatoes at us?
Go away. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Flip him off. Flick him out of here. Go on. Be gone.
Oh, Ice Cube, come up and talk shit with us. You must be an Earn Dog supporter.
Stuck in Ern's butthole. Go do that. Go do that and leave us alone.
You've got Dolly and Bullhorn and Betty and somebody else up on this channel. So,
well,
yeah, that tells it all there.
Yep.
I'll make some Slumgolian with those tomatoes. Go.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been crazy. Like the last couple of days have been crazy. I don't know what the hell's been going on. I'm like, what the hell happened? And then I seen Cam had went live. Him and Allie said, we're going to take care of this before it gets any further. So I'm like, who the hell lied on them? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, I haven't got to catch up on that yet either.
I can't. I was just saying, I ain't had a chance to watch their shit either. So I don't know what the hell's going on there. But somebody lied on them talking about something. I'm like, God, I can't keep up with all this shit.
Yeah, this is
somebody said, not... guess who's back? No, somebody said she never left. What the hell?
This isn't a dumpster fire anymore. It's straight up a fucking yard. It's a landfill fire. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. Tragic. It won't be long before he's back on the highway.
Well, yeah, I mean, and they're over there just pumping him up. You know what I mean? So,
like they do every time.
I don't know. He was on there yesterday chatting it up, talking, and I hope the best for him. I hope he does well. I hope he gets his shit together and he does well. But if he's trying to call in fucking terroristic threats on somebody because they work at like university, he is fucking wrong for that bullshit.
They've contacted her boss several times trying to get her fired.
Wow. See, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. So I read on, it was in the Noses chat last night, where Ernie, got some fucking crazy bitch hollering at me from the fucking road. Keep kicking fucking rocks, bitch. Fucking talking about my car. Need to wash your car. Get the dust off of it. God damn. No, shut up and go on. Leave my car alone. Anyway.
Hi, Karen.
Fucking crackhead.
Crazy ass neighbor of yours, man. That woman.
I think she's been asleep because I haven't seen her for 2 days. Well, since the other day. No, this is.
Yeah, after breaking them damn dishes, she needed a damn nap. She needed a whole fucking 24-hour nap.
Right? God. But they were saying in Lisa's chat last night that Ernie got 19 grand in his pocket, and wanted to know if he was still with Tiffany or what. Well, he was with his mom because I seen a brief part of one of his lives where he was talking, or his mom was talking in the background. So I know he's at his mom's, but is Tiffany with him? And did she seriously get him that loan?
Girl, I have no idea.
I was gonna say I don't know if she did or if she didn't. I really have no idea. Actually, I will say I did open my messages or whatever, she had sent me like 2 screenshots of her bank statement, but I still had no idea what the hell's going on because they were from April. So I'm like, what the hell? I don't even know. I don't even know. I was like, please don't send me this kind of shit. Please don't send this to me. I just don't really want it all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
He had to leave his mom's for his safety.
Oh, he said, hold on. He said he had to leave his mom for his safety. He said that this morning.
Well, last night he was there.
Yeah, last night. But listen, Nicolina said this morning when she made that call, she told the police that he was staying with his stepdad and his mother or whatever at this, she told them, like, I think she muted it or beeped it out maybe or something. I don't know. I didn't hear her say an address or anything, but she just said this is his stepfather who he's staying with, and they need to know that information. She's like, do I need to call the FBI or what? Like, what do I need to do? Because they've done this shit to me multiple times, and now he's calling in, these threats, and this is serious. So, shit, I don't blame her ass. I'd have been calling too. Fuck him. Fuck that. Fuck him.
Yep.
Sheila said, you guys, no, Ernie cannot get a loan. Tanker is not getting a loan. They might get large lump sums of cash from sources, but they are not getting loans.
She seems to pull money out of her butt any other time, so I don't know. But then again, she could sucker, well, either one of them could sucker some fool into believing in him.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, there's a lot of people that Ernie does have a lot of people that do love, like they do care about him. Like he's got a lot of people that support him. He really does. I was like, damn, I didn't realize. You know what I'm saying? They really do send him money, and I'm like, there ain't no way people like send him money like that. No, he really does. Yeah, they really do. He does have supporters. I swear to God,
got them snowed, and it makes no sense because he has not completed one fucking thing he's promised to do. He's taken their money, and it's been that. He's taken their money.
Listen, did he ever sell his hat or get rid of his hat that he was going to go?
No, he still got it.
Raffle off?
He raffled it off. He raffled it off and got like, I don't know, $3,000 or something out of it, maybe $4,000. And he was supposed to donate that money to Summer's reward fund. He didn't donate the money.
He got $3,000 out of that nasty ass sweaty ass cowboy hat. Girl, cut it.
He didn't donate the money, and he didn't send the hat off because Rose told him to keep it because that's part of him.
Oh my.
Yeah, Rose
Boy
the crazy
mom,
one,
the bulldog YouTube investigator. That's funny.
I love her.
Me too.
Oh my.
Like Skilo said, the medallions, the T-shirt, the fake mask raffle, the website, the classes, the fancy memberships. He was charging people like a fucking $100 a pop for memberships to this fucking fake ass website that he was creating that never came through. $100 fucking dollars.
See, listen, he's smarter than he lets people realize. I mean, serious. He's smarter than he puts on, for real.
Ernie could be a likable guy if you didn't have a brain in your head and you fell for everything he said. He's very charming, and as long as he's got a hat on, he's not horrible looking. As long as he's got that fucking hat on, he can talk and he's funny. He is funny. But he's full of shit, and he suckers these lonely, gullible, naive women into believing everything he says. He's going to save the world. He's saving all the children. He's here for victims. He's a predator. But he suckers them in, and then he just smiles and bats his eyes, and they believe anything he says. It took Tina and Xander how long to break free? You know, Tina made comment they would kill for him.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, didn't they? Yeah, yes, girl, they had his back through and through.
You know, Tina screamed on a live one day that they would kill for Ernie.
Wow.
There's several of his staunch supporters that have cap locked they would kill for Ernie.
Girls, I gotta jump down, but I love yous.
Love ya.
I'll be in the
I
chat.
love ya. We'll talk to you later, baby. Thank you for popping up and hanging out.
You're welcome.
Bye, baby. Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah. You know, and if he was everything he said he was, if he was everything he said he was, he wouldn't be homeless. He wouldn't be homeless. He wouldn't be ousted everywhere he goes.
Well, yeah,
he wouldn't be fucking begging for money online.
If he was really working those jobs, those are really good jobs, and he would have quite a bit of money.
You know, you can't tell me that.
Somebody said, listen. Somebody said they were asking the question because there's a picture. I guess Ern posted a picture of him like next to a baby, and he was like, "Hello, welcome to the world, little one," or something along those lines. I love you already, or something. And people were asking if that was his kid.
He can't even get it up.
That did it.
More than one girlfriend has said that. He can't produce a baby. He can't produce a hard-on. But nobody knows who the baby is. And, you know, there was a rumor a couple months ago that he got Candace pregnant. And that's why Candace was in hiding. So people are running with the it's Candace's baby.
Skilo said, Tina and Xander have a live schedule. Thou shalt not be deceived. And then she said, hold on. Did you guys see the live that Tina deleted where she was crying and said that they had spent the whole day, 6/15/2022, at the police department turning over their findings?
Yeah, I think I've got a clip of that. But she never would say. She said her legal counsel told her that she needed to shut her mouth about it.
So she was turning state's evidence on Skern Dog.
That's what she made it sound like, yeah.
What? What? Oh my land. Oh no. Oh, everything they found pertaining to Summerwells. Oh well.
Yeah, but then she had a Facebook post right after that live where she was talking about how our law enforcement agencies are corrupt and such bullshit and this, that, the other, because they wouldn't take her seriously when she was trying to turn in her evidence and stuff. I think I've got screenshots of it somewhere.
Look, yeah, said in the next day they both released statements saying they had no connection to each other. Ernie and Predator Hunter Nation, they both said they were done, like there was no connection to each other there.
Yep.
But then didn't they both run over to Miss Daisy's channel and go over there and talk together?
No, she went over there with Jimbo and Lisa and all of them when Ernie ran down the highway the last couple times. But her and Ernie weren't over there together, I don't believe. I could be wrong, but I don't believe so.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. He's something else. I hope he doesn't get involved in this case. That's the last thing these guys need.
Yeah, one of the girls that said he couldn't get a hard on said it was teeny tiny. Ernie's little wormy's a peeker.
And you know what? The nose said the same. She's like, all we did was cuddle. That's it. That's all we did. And I was like,
She said his hands were too tiny.
Yes, and I think she meant like it was hard for him to, you know. So I don't know though.
NorCal, yeah. Ernie used to date Amanda.
And now she's in a coma?
Last I checked, yeah.
From what?
Her and her boyfriend were fighting with a group of like 25 people. And they went to leave and for some reason stopped and got out of their truck and running their mouth at people. And somebody jumped in the truck and put it in reverse and ran her over, pinned her up against a chain link fence until the chain link fence finally broke away. And then the truck ran completely over her.
Damn. What the hell?
They were drunk and fighting with people.
Wow. Wow. Well, oh, that's Daisy's niece. Hold on, Daisy's niece. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa,
the
whoa,
drunk
whoa,
mouthy
whoa,
one. She was real mouthy. She was funny as fuck.
Wait, the one that hold on. She got on there. She was going off on somebody. I can't remember who it was. We were laughing our asses off. Remember?
The chat would have meltdowns because she used the F word. Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Who did? Okay, wait. She dates Ernie?
She used to.
What in the hell? Oh wow, I am done. I cannot.
Yeah, it's a real coma. Good egg. I looked it up when I heard about it because it happened in Kansas City.
Okay,
I pulled up the news about it.
Who beat her up? What happened now? I was gonna say that.
Her and her boyfriend were arguing and fighting with like a group of like 25 people.
Right.
And they got in their truck and went to leave. And for some reason, thought it best to stop and get out and start arguing with them again. Well, as they were arguing and fighting with these people, one of them jumped in the boyfriend's truck and put it in reverse. And she was behind the truck, I guess. And he hit her, pinned her up against a chain link fence. And I guess spun out until the chain link fence gave way. And,
oh my God.
And the chain link fence and her fell. And then he ran over her.
Wow. You know what? She's lucky to be alive. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think last I knew it was still pretty touch and go.
See, that just goes to show that, you know what, your life can change in the drop of a dime. You know, like boom, your life can change. One choice can change your whole entire life.
Skilo, you didn't know that?
Like this, I first of all, I'm in shock that Daisy's niece and Skern were together.
Well,
Secondly, this is crazy.
Ernie is like real life friends with them.
I know. He goes to the aunt's restaurant or whatever. What sister? So that's where the whole Jessica thing came into play. That's where I was like, when I called that Jessica out for lying on Andy Hare. That's how I was like, they made this shit all up. They had to have made this shit up. You know what I mean? It was a whole mess. So I learned that they were real life friends, and he went to the restaurant every day.
Yeah. Amanda is Jinky and Daisy's brother's daughter.
Right.
But yeah, they dated when they were like, it's been a long time ago. I mean, they were like in their late teens, early 20s.
Well, yeah, but still they know each other. They, you know what I'm saying? They see each other on these lives. I know they talk to each other on these fucking lives.
Yeah, they've stayed in steady contact. When Amanda's daughter was taken by her ex, she reached out to Ernie to try to help her get her back, and Ernie wouldn't help her.
What the? Well, did Ernie even know?
Does he know about her now?
Like, did he know how to help her?
Well, he was supposedly one to rescue children. You would hope.
I
mean, you would hope.
Oh my god! I'm just like, oh my god.
Skilo, you don't got to worry about that. We are not Daisy fans over here.
No, no, she don't like us either.
Yeah, there's no love loss. But,
wow, man.
Yeah, Ernie told her no, he didn't have time.
I can't be bothered.
Now, if you're not going to help somebody that you've been friends with, like most of your life, if you're not going to help them, you're not going to help a stranger.
Right.
Especially when this is supposed to be the job you do. It's what you claim is your life work. So, oh, his chat, the minute he was online, within the first minute of his first live when he got released from the hospital, they were telling him about Amanda. I mean, is that really what he needed to hear at that time? No, but that's a way to keep us crazy.
Wow, I can't. I'm just like, what the hell? I can't even with this shit. Cannot. This is just no, and I'm sure he, you know what I mean, didn't need to hear anything about all that. What the hell?
No, there's a time and a place.
Was.
And that was neither. But yeah.
A whole damn mess. Well, girl, I'm getting off of here. We've been on here 3 hours and like 20 minutes here. I gotta get some stuff going on and get some cleaning done and go over here to Grandma.
I haven't done shit.
I know, I need to get stuff done. It's pouring down rain still. It's like
I need to do dishes. I haven't done them in 2 days.
So, I'm gonna get some stuff done and probably watch some movies. I don't know what y'all are gonna do, but I hope you have a good weekend.
Yeah, I gotta clean house. My husband will be home tomorrow.
Yay!
So ready.
Kiwi said, "Yay!" Here.
Oh man, I miss that fool.
I know that's right.
So.
Well, I love you. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope everybody has a good day.
Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.